Good morning. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
My name is Paul B. He's Buddy to God.
Hey.
Welcome. It is Friday. It is the 12th of June, and this is our season finale.
Hey, it's the last day.
Last day of the season. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for getting up early with us. We have a couple of special guests in the house that's coming through. Brother Calvin Williams from Freedomtainment and our own councilwoman, LaVonya Goodwin, is going to join us a little bit later on as an impromptu addition to the show. So it's going to be a good show, good 2 hours. Buddy, how you feeling this morning?
A little tired,
Okay.
but I'm feeling good. Today's the last episode. Wanting to start it or end it off, I guess, with some good energy. Yeah. Let's end this thing. Let's end the show.
Let's end the show. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Money. Once again, just want to welcome everybody to a fresh edition, the last edition of this season, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
We're running around here all discombobulated, trying to get it together. This is what it is. Yeah, but we appreciate you guys getting up early with us for this final show of the season. As we stated before, we got a couple special guests that are coming through today. Of course, we've been talking about all week that Calvin Williams is going to come on as we give away some tickets and stuff today as well for the Freedomtainment concerts that are coming tomorrow. We'll be talking a lot about that. And also a little later on in the show, LaVonya Goodwin, Omaha City Council District 2. LaVonya Goodwin, Councilwoman LaVonya Goodwin, put some respect on her name. She's coming through a little bit later on in the show as well. So it's going to be a jam-packed show today as we finalize this whole Follow the Money season and talk about what we got coming up next. I already checked in with you, buddy, but how you feel about this break coming up? You anxious about it?
Yeah, man. I need it. Yeah. Yeah, definitely looking forward to I don't know, man. I was gonna say sleeping in, but we don't get much sleeping. Let's just be honest. We don't get much sleeping in during the break. I'm actually already thinking about all the stuff that we got to get done before the next season. Especially with me taking a little week off. I will be honest. I am going to take a week off. Be right near the beach.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Taking a cruise with my pops.
Man.
Yeah. Kind of Father's Day and just in time for Father's Day.
Love it.
Actually, I think this might be our first trip with me as a father together. So yeah. Looking forward to that. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm feeling good. There's a lot of things going on. Of course, tomorrow is the Juneteenth parade, so energy is high in the city. Yeah. How about yourself, man? How you doing?
Doing good. Definitely looking forward to the break myself. I'm already, my head's already in this whole teamwork makes the dream work next season.
Man,
we've been really leaning towards that and having a lot of great meetings, making some reconnections, good connections again, just with people in the community, like-minded individuals that want to help us push these things along. So it was good. It was also good checking out our senator's town hall last night. I had a moment there where I was thinking, oh, me and Buddy in the same place at the same time with Senator Terrell McKinney, Senator Ashley Spivey, all in the same spot, Brother Kasim, you know what I'm saying, like everybody there. I was like, yeah, this is dope. So there's a lot of people that turned out there. If you went to that last night, the town hall that the senators put on, let us know what your take was on it. We definitely will talk about our take on it. But yeah, man, it always feels good like spring, summer when events start chiming up, the weather gets better, people start coming out. There's a lot more energy in the street just for making change and reconnecting. And that's kind of what I'm high on right now. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Yeah. It's been good. It's been good. And the planning and the stuff that's going on too. I love living alive with one another. So all the outside stuff we got coming out, like the Chad Chimers kickback coming up, the content creators camp that just passed. A lot of good activity, man. I can get really burned out on sitting here all winter long looking at this screen for 12 hours a day.
Man.
You know? So yeah, in general, I feel pretty good about this time of year and everything else that's happening. So that's what's up. Yeah, appreciate that. Let us know how you guys feeling out there. I'm seeing the chat already filling up. Good morning.
Yeah.
Leia Keister in the chat giving us the Friday Yippee Skippies. Is it your turn, buddy? Or is it my turn? Whose turn is
I
it?
don't know. I feel like it's been a little while since we did it. I guess it's my turn. Let's see. Happy Friday, yip yo, yay, yippee yo, yip yippee yo, yay, yippee yo.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm
All
with the
right,
Adam
all
one
right,
track.
all right. Yeah, I feel like I kind of found the groove somewhere in the middle there. But yeah. Thanks, Leia. Thank you.
Got groovy in the middle there.
Yeah.
Pops gives us a good Friday and mad love from Las Vegas. Appreciate you, Pops. Sean
Hey.
McCarthy says, good morning, First Sky team and Chimers. Congratulations on getting another season in the bag. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man. I was looking at all the episodes we got on YouTube. Hundreds.
It's a lot. It's a lot. We kind of realizing we've been having our head down for a while doing the thing, man. Like you know, you just have your head down, digging. You like, man, we done made a whole trench. But yeah.
That's real.
Been doing the thing, seeing a lot of love for this season in the chat. Thank you, y'all. Hey, y'all been along for the ride, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it for real. Good to see you last night, Michelle Moreno. She says, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Judy Prince in the chat. Fantastic Friday. Join the cheers for our First Guy team. Right on. Appreciate that. RG gives us a morning, y'all. What's happening? Marlon Harrison gives us a good morning, First Guy family. Happy TGIF to everyone. Cannon Coltrane in the chat saying peace to the family. Appreciate you coming on through. Also, Bika Kwanzaa in the chat saying good morning, First Guy family. Thanks for the follow the money season. Peace.
Hey.
Appreciate your peace. Heather Williams says good morning, everyone. TGIF. And also, Biko Kwanzaa says, I'll be back in Omaha this month. Okay. That's what's up.
Okay. Maybe you'll be able to make it for our Chat Charmer kickback the 28th. Come holla at us. Come
28th. We're going to be at Miller Park, the Miller Park gazebo, not pavilion, the gazebo. So we'll put some information out there. Stay tuned for that. You know that we do the weekly wrap. That's still happening every week, every Friday. So we'll definitely put the information there. I was talking to somebody last night, said didn't even know we had a newsletter that's a regular, that checks us out pretty regularly. So I want to reiterate that we do have a weekly newsletter called the Weekly Wrap. As a matter of fact, I'll put the link in the chat for you. If you have not signed up for this, please do, because over the course of the break, which will be a month, we won't be back until July 13th. But we will have the weekly wrap drop every Friday, so you can keep up with what's going on here. And you can always hit us up at firstsky@gmail.com as well. Speaking of which, we do have some tickets that we're going to be giving away today. And part of there was a 2-step process there. If you were interested in the tickets, go to like and subscribe on YouTube, and then come to First Sky, send an email to firstsky@gmail.com, and we'll be picking a random winner from the entries there. So we'll do that a little later on in the show. We'll see what we got going by the time we get to the end of the show. We will be talking to Brother Calvin Williams about the shows, so you'll be able to hear what's going on. Lots of kind of Love Supreme talk about events coming up. Of course, there's Joy Fest happening this weekend as well. There's a lot going on this weekend, and we'll have to talk about it. It is the Love Supreme Friday, so we will put some time into that as well. And before I even get past it, I'm gonna go ahead and plug mine. This is happening at Groove After Dark. This is not until the 27th of June, but I want you to put this on your calendar and get to Kiewit Luminarium if you've never been. But definitely go check this out. This is going to be pretty awesome event. Groove After Dark. Join us for a community conversation moderated by me, yours truly, Paul B. Allen IV at First Sky Omaha, where we'll be exploring the question of what it looks like when a community and neighborhoods are built naturally and organically, rather than just following the ambitions of developers. What can we learn from Omaha's rich cultural history to support community? These are questions we're going to be talking about, answering and having discussion about on Saturday, June 27th. It's called Groove After Dark. It's going down at the Luminarium. Highly suggest you come through and have this conversation with us. Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
A few more things. I guess we'll go ahead and jump into a few more community updates while we're at it, since we have double guests today. We better hurry up and get through it. We're going to be talking a lot about the shows that are coming up here, of course, with Brother Calvin Williams. And, of course, we're doing a VIP ticket giveaway this morning as well. But shout out to Freedomtainment for putting on the events that they're putting on. This one right here, I think they moved the daytime activities to Miller Park. They've announced this last week, so this might not be new news to you. But the daytime activities they're doing with the kid at Freedomtainment is going to be over at Miller Park, and the activities are from 12 to 5 over there. And then the evening concert, of course, a little later on is going to be at the Gene Leahy Mall Pavilion. That concert a little later on is the one that we're giving tickets away for. Keri Hilson, Nivea, and Lyfe Jennings is going to be there, and we're going to give some of those VIP tickets away today as well. In between there, if you go over to Gene Leahy Mall, you'll be able to hear some stories here about the Negro League and Black Baseball Storytelling Series. This is going downtown as well from 5 to 6. So if you get over there by 5, you can go check this out and hear some stories there and get a little history lesson, which is super cool. And then, and then see the concert a little later on that night. So those are the things that are happening tomorrow. Some of the things that are happening tomorrow, of course, Joy Fest. So many other events are going down. Let us know which ones you're going to if you're going to participate. There's also the parade that's happening tomorrow as well in the daytime. So there's a lot of Juneteenth activity happening as tomorrow, being tomorrow, June 13th. So I will definitely check it out. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Floyd Norman, who is connected to he's connected to Omaha via his wife, and we've had him on the show before when we were in Mind and Soul. He's Disney's first Black animator. He's gonna finally get an honorary Oscar, which I think is awesome. So shout out to Floyd Norman, who's been a powerhouse, man. He's been this dude that just all these years is really just opened the doors for everybody, and still around, still young at heart, in his 90s, I believe it is. I think he's pretty good there, yeah, or late 80s, and still doing this thing and still touring around and hobnobbing with the celebrities and all that stuff, man. But he totally deserves this because he's been an animator on some of the Disney movies that you've loved the most over the years. If you haven't checked it out, you should check him out. He's got a whole movie about him. Definitely go check that out on Netflix. I believe it's called Floyd Norman. I can't remember the name of the movie now. It was like something like My Animated Life or something like that.
I think that was the name of it.
Is it?
My Animated Life. I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up just because. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah, you're right. I guess I did have it right. In Animated Life. Yeah. 2016.
He was on Minus Soul. Didn't he stop by Minus Soul days?
Yeah. I told him. I let him know. Yeah, he came by and we had a nice conversation with him. As a matter of fact, I dug up some archive tapes of the recording that we had with him on Mind and Soul days. I kind of want to clean that up and put that back out. But shout out to Floyd Norman. Just want to give him his flowers for real. Also, we got a couple more days for Being Black Outside. This is happening over at Union for Contemporary Arts and Shirley Tyree Theater, June 11th, 12th, and 13th. Today's the 12th, so you got tonight and tomorrow at 7 o'clock to check this out. This is everybody's raving about this show. Shout out to Denise Chapman and also the writer, I guess, Benicia Coleman. So shout out to them. Being Black Outside is going down tonight and tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Go to Union for Contemporary Art and get your tickets. Try not to miss it if you can check it out. Cool. Definitely check it out. Also, this is something from Fabric Lab, Trail to Success. I know you've been hearing about this North Omaha Trail that's been going on. And they're doing some programming around that. This is happening on the 23rd. This is coming up at 5:30 to 7. North Omaha Trail. Follow the signs for the setup on the trail. You're gonna get all the knowledge. You're gonna get all the resources. You're gonna hear about this. You're gonna be a part of what's going on here. So shout out to them. Shout out to Fabric Lab and everybody who's behind this. But we'll put this in Friends of First Sky Omaha so you can get some more information on when you get a little closer to the date. But be looking out for this. The North Omaha Trail is going to be something that is a big deal here. And it's Spark is also behind this. Spark, they don't say Spark CDI anymore, just Spark. So shout out to Spark. Shout out to everybody behind the trail. And let us know if you've spent some time on that trail yet. I know there's been some people that's out biking, walking. I know there's a lot of artwork that's being produced on the trail. Let us know if you've had a part. If you went to the a ribbon cutting of the trail, there's lots been going on with the trail on the Deuce. So definitely check this out and definitely let us know if you've been a part of those things. Also, just want to give a quick shout out to the Unicameral Youth Legislature. Now that the session is up, now they have the Unicameral Youth Legislature, which is a camp. It's a 3-day camp. and it's jam packed with student senators working their way through 2 sessions of first round debate. They're saying they're having a great time there and doing a good job. So I think this is a pretty quality situation here for them to kind of know how our unicamera works, since it's such a unique situation. I love to see this kind of program for the youth and see them get involved early. So that's what's up. Just want to give a shout out to that program and them. And then also there's a youth celebration happening. This is the 11th, which is, actually this just passed. Okay, my bad. We got the wrong date on this. Let us know if you went to this U-turn into the school year celebration that went down at Skinner Magnet last night. I guess this happened last night. But it caught my attention because there's not a lot of events going on with them offering virtual reality, a gaming truck, food. DJ Chevy, who was with us over there at Mind and Soul, was there. So I'd love to see more of this kind of stuff for the youth, just because they're meeting the youth where they're at. Let them come through, check out some virtual reality gaming, and all that kind of stuff. I'd like to see more of these kinds of things. Let us know if you were a part of this, or you went to it, or you took your youngins to it. Love to hear more about that one. And then last but not least, the Heart Ministry grocery store planning is coming up on June 17th. It's jumping on us a little faster than we thought. It's open to the public, and it is a feedback situation. They definitely want to hear from you about what you want in this planning session. I believe there's a link too. I'm gonna get you this link. I'll put this link in the chat because there's a survey that's happening right now that'll give them a better idea of what they need to talk about and who they're talking to and what we want. So go ahead and fill that survey out, and then be prepared to go check out this talk over here on June 17th from 6 to 8 at the venue at the Highlander Accelerator. And let's talk about it. The grocery store is coming. You might as well be a part of letting them know what we want to see with that grocery store. That's the one that we've been talking about. That's going to be on 25th and Lake Street, right there on the Deuce as well. So shout out to the Heart Ministries and my brother Dom and everybody who's behind this one as well. So with that, I'm going to save a few of these haps for a little bit later on in the show. This is the Love Supreme Friday, so there's more. And let us know about the ones that you're going to. We're not going to be able to get to all of them. There's so much going on, especially this weekend. So let us know which ones we're leaving out and which ones you're going to. We'd love to hear from you on that. And let's talk a little bit more about that as we go. So appreciate it. It's a 7:17 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, we're already running a little bit. I'm going to first come in and come out and go back in and listen to the gremlins. Shuffle back. And now I'm back. Buddy, what's today's thread? Why body slam this gremlin over here?
Man, and we're gonna be ending the season, kind of jumping around. There's no real common thread, just a recapping. Didn't really get to the story with the recapping.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we didn't get to the story of Mary Ewing and this whole lawsuit, which I'll be honest, I was a little reluctant to talk about it. But there's been some conversation in the chatter sphere on the group pages and in the community. And I will say, Sister Kimber made a point that kind of helped me settle with how I was feeling about it. So we can definitely talk about it. As far as my viewpoint, and get your viewpoint and let your mind be free, let your voice be heard, seeing what's going on. Speaking of voices being heard and minds being free, definitely want to recap yesterday's city council meeting. That was pretty interesting. On many levels, I'll be honest. But I will say that the bill that was being discussed is something that we should look into. And Paul and I had an interesting conversation about the bill itself, and looking ahead of next season's theme, which is teamwork makes the dream work. This bill kind of deals just with that. Again, the community senators giving the community power to kind of decide what they want in their own community to come together and make the dream work. But is that really the thing? It's kind of an interesting dynamic. So we're going to be talking about that. Definitely would love to hear your take if you made it to that city or the town hall yesterday. Big shout out to Senators Terrell McKinney and Ashley Spivey. Hopefully we'll get them back next season for our Senator Cypher. Speaking of looking out for next season. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Also, as we have our guests coming through with the Calvin Williams and then also LaVonya Goodwin. Of course, we know Calvin Williams will be talking about his Freedomtainment event coming up But also, LaVonya Goodwin reached out and said that she wants to holler at the people to recap. Speaking of recapping, her first year as a city councilwoman, which is interesting. So if you have some questions, definitely get those ready for the sister in the second hour. And then, of course, as we wrap up, definitely want to talk as we get prepared for the city council woman to come through. Definitely have to look at what's going on with this minimum wage we've been talking about, and this possible liquor license change for private clubs. Again, what's going on in the hood, all that and more throughout the next 2 hours. Of course, we'll be, as I mentioned, looking forward to next season, kind of preparing the people for the break, and what to look out for. So in the meantime, between time, join the chat, let your mind be free, come kick it with us for a little bit. I do want to give a shout out to Marlon Harrison in the chat, giving us a reminder saying, please check on your loved ones and houseless brothers and sisters as the weather gets hot out here. Big time. Maybe carry an extra water bottle or something in the car just in case you see somebody in the street, break them off,
Bro, I'll be extra nervous when I'm seeing them brothers in the street when it gets hot, because a lot of them are carrying all the clothes they got on them at the time, and I'm like, man, y'all strip down a little bit. It's a little hot to be standing out here with all these clothes on, these sweaters and things you got.
Man,
And yeah, it makes me extra nervous. If usually during the summer, I'm rolling around with a cooler full of water bottles, just like, you know what I'm saying. Every stoplight, just handing some out. Like, don't pass out there, please. So yeah, shout out to Marlon Harrison for that. Appreciate that very much. Also, what you talking about over here? RG said, yeah. Now we're gonna be doing name tags for the kickback.
Okay,
Right.
if you want to bring some name tags, hey,
Come on through. Said the core team knows the core team, but for those who haven't been acquainted with the others, yeah, the kickback is really for the chat chimers and anybody who wants to be introduced, and new folks want to come in and see what's happening. So I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to meeting folks like Brother Biko Kwanzaa. I haven't think we've met yet. So you say, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the 28th with Brother Johnny. And Brother Johnny No Good outside. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Also, good morning, Wanda Lewis. Appreciate you coming in this morning on our final show for the season. That's what this is. It's our season finale. It's going down. We take a break during the summer. It's usually from June to July. Sometime in June and July. Usually the 15th to the 15th, but this time it's gonna be the 13th to the 13th. So we'll be taking this break off and having some Chad Chalmers kickbacks and some other events and stuff during the break, in order for us to kind of keep things going. And then, of course, the weekly wrap will continue every Friday, but we are taking a break until July 13th after today. So we're going to go ahead and fire this show up since it's such a jam-packed one with special guests and all. And yeah, thank you for joining us. Please try to stick around here with us for the next 2 hours. And if you can, and if you have to go in and out, that's totally understandable too. We know that you guys got stuff going on this morning, but try to come through. If you miss any parts of the show, you can always go back to YouTube and check it out. And while you're over there, please like and subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, do us a favor and share the show on your page so we can get as many people in the conversation as possible. Right now, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and jump into the stories in anticipation of our guests. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
My name is Paul B. He's Buddy the God. Stay tuned, y'all. We'll be right back.
Get ready, Omaha. Join us for the Omaha Freedom Festival, a free, family-friendly celebration of Juneteenth on June 13th at Miller Park. Enjoy free food, community resources, and family fun from 12 to 5 p.m. Play basketball, kickball, dance, activities for all ages. Enter for a chance to win great prizes. Download your free day pass now at omahafreedomfestival.com. Celebrate freedom, family, food, and fun. The Omaha Freedom Festival. Everyone's invited and everything's free.
Welcome back. For Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
My name is Paul B. He's Buddy the God. Shout out to all of our chat chimers, all of our ghost listeners, and monitoring spirits that seem to be multiplying like the gremlins. Yeah, is what it is. Do your thing. You know, we're all about freedom around here. Marlon Harrison in the chat says, speaking of Juneteenth, we need to talk about these Juneteenth events. I reposted a post from someone who said there's too many events for Juneteenth this year. Good. I'm glad that you're bringing this up. There is a lot. Shout out to Willie Williams, though, that we ran into at the visitor center that was saying, we at least need some coordination with these events for even just as simple as like some cross promotion going on to let everybody know what's happening. There is the official events that are going down, and then there are events that are happening from Freedomtainment. Of course, Juneteenth Joy Fest happens around this time as well. The Democratic Party is putting on the parade and some of the other organizations. So there is a lot going on, and let us know which ones you've been able to check out. We've been trying to talk about them all for a while. And of course, we knew that we were going to have Brother Calvin on, so we've been pushing some of these too. And also Brother Calvin's been working with us on some advertising. So you've been seeing a lot of the Freedom Fest ones here with us. It is what it is. But yeah, this is the reason why we're getting going with it, and we'll be talking to him very shortly. So yeah, we appreciate you bringing that up, Brother Marlon, and I keep wanting to put it out there in the chat. Which ones are you going to? What is your plan for Juneteenth? Let us know so we can get an idea of what everybody's doing. Appreciate that. But let's go ahead and jump into the first story here before we get to our guest. And we're very shortly going to be speaking to Brother Calvin Williams here in a minute. But before we do that, buddy, where you at?
Yeah, really just wanted to recap yesterday's town hall meeting, as I mentioned, in anticipation for next season, and setting up for the theme, which is teamwork makes the dream work, and looking at how we as a community can build on that ecosystem that we've been talking about all season. And again, it is also dealing with something else we've been talking about all season as far as data centers and following the money and what the community can do to fight data centers was the main topic of yesterday's town hall meeting. Again, LB 1111, which is a bill co-sponsored by the senators Terrell McKinney and Ashley Spivey in Bold, Nebraska. That's according to KETV. But again, the bill aims to hold centers accountable and provide transparency regarding a number of topics, like who's the developer, the size of it, how much electricity and water is being used by these data centers, and several other things. But one of the biggest things that jumped out to me that I wanted to really kind of discuss is something that you and I talked about at the event yesterday, Paul, as far as this community board or this community level oversight that the senators were trying to create, which I definitely understand. It is interesting. The point that they were making as far as acknowledging the fact that they weren't going to be senators forever. So trying to, again, while in power, create a mechanism that will also empower the people and allow them to kind of have some autonomy moving forward. But at the same time, the feeling in the room was kind of like, that might not work as far as the community not very being sure who's going to run it. How would that work? How can the teamwork in the community make that dream work? And it kind of, for me, just felt like a catch-22, to be honest, because there is a system where we elect officials to kind of put these things together and lead these things, but at the same time kicking it back to the community. It was kind of interesting, the vibe in the room. Anthony Rogers Wright, who was there as well. A few people were there. So again, let me know how you feel about it, Paul. What say you?
Yeah, I think there's too much division in the community in order to have some kind of singular committee, deal with it. There's the people who are saying or who are fighting data centers coming at all, and then there's people who are fighting for regulations for the ones that they feel are inevitably coming. And so, I don't know if that's possible, but I do take the senator's point that they won't be in power forever. So that there
Mhm.
is a term. They have term limits to their situation that they do, and they're supposed to be. Also, my thought is like they're representatives of the people anyway. So the people, for us we always get to that point in the show where we go, what are we going to do? We need to be proactive in making the changes that we're talking about making, and then maybe somebody who is in office representing us can enhance that and could solidify that. But what is it that we're trying to put together and do? So there were some groups there yesterday for sure that were there was already some organized groups there that were on the side of not having data centers at all. And so, that's what I mean by, I don't know exactly what kind of committee, what kind of group can be put together for this by the public. I feel what you're saying about the sentiment of if we need to have somebody leading the movement, maybe it should be some of the people that are sitting in office doing that. But again, what happens when they leave? We're swinging back and forth. We're going back and forth like we always do here. So yeah, not understanding that. But that's really kind of all I was on with that one. Just really kind of trying to figure that out. We do have a packed show today, so we're not going to be able to get to everybody's comments. We'll go back and check those comments out. But let us know what you thought, how you felt about that. If you showed up, I did see a lot of chat chimers, a lot of ghost listeners that were in attendance. It was actually a kind of a packed one, much more high than the last one they did. So there was a lot of things said, a lot of opinions there for sure, and a lot of things that happened at the event as well. And I think it was really kind of based around like is the environmental aspect of it as well. So I will definitely talk about it. Anthony Rogers Wright will dive into your comments too as well. But I want to respect the time of our special guest that we got coming in. We do have him waiting in the wings. It's 7:31 right now, if you believe in the concept of time. And we have Brother Calvin Williams waiting in the wings with us. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Brother Williams, can you hear us?
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Your internet's lagging a little bit, but we got you.
It's always lagging, man. I think every time I hook up with y'all, it's like this.
Oh yeah, but
pretty much.
You're not in the dungeon no more. You're in the new spot, right?
Yeah, I'm in the new spot, man. I thought it'd be 5G over here.
Ain't no 5G in the north side, bro.
Nah, not in the hood. Sound good.
No, it's all good, bro. Like, I'm glad we got you. I'm glad that you're joining us this morning to talk about what's going on. We know that everything is happening for you right now, and as a person who puts on shows myself, who used to be a promoter myself back in my California and Hawaii days, I know that the day before the event is hectic. So I appreciate you.
Exactly.
Right. As your crew is contacting you right now, I know it's hectic for you to get up in the morning, take the time this morning. So I definitely want to give you the time to come on through and let us know about what's going on, man. Tell us about what's happening with the events that's standing out to you right now.
This is our 6th year of doing and man, we got a really big response. I think it's because, we've been able to transition it to where it spans through the whole city now. As far as it still got the core audience in North Omaha, which is we're going to serve at Miller Park. And then we've been able to, finesse a way to get downtown to kind of have a bigger presence down there as far as having the concert and doing a fireworks show and the Negro League Museum story selling series. So, I feel like, Omaha and African Americans, period, are represented pretty well this year as far as the connection with College World Series, the connection with Juneteenth, and a connection with the North Omaha community.
That's what's up.
Man, that's not a small thing. We kind of had this conversation, around the not June, but Cinco de Mayo time, and you know how the city buys in and really wraps around and invests in, and just is really about Cinco de Mayo, and how the South Deuce really gets packed out. And it's like, well, it doesn't feel like that's the same for Native Omaha days. And we kind of, you know, had a conclusion that Native Omaha days is really for North Omaha. But Juneteenth can be a celebration where the city can, you know, celebrate our culture with us. Is that the intention with this, as far as you're saying, taking it to the whole city?
Yes, you know, taking it to the whole city to one, you know, we still got to educate people on what Juneteenth is, you know. And I hate to say this, man, it's just with everything that goes around, you know, on TV and stuff, we still got to make people comfortable, you know, with you know, wanting to deal with large amounts of African American or minority people, you know, especially during College World Series time, because, you know, that's 300 over 300,000 people coming to the city, you know, and I know that that the city and Douglas County, they want to show a good representation of Omaha, you know, because of the amount of you know, revenue that the College World Series brings in. So I'm kind of just happy that they even, you know, let us, you know, came to us and we came to them with an idea, and we was able to work something out to where, you know, we could do the concert downtown during College World Series. We could do the Negro League series, you know, because I didn't really know that much about the Negro Leagues. You know, a lady from the College World Series named Amy was the one that kind of connected me with all this, and Ben Gray connected me with the Negro League Museum, and it kind of just all came together, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't even put it together that it's happening during College World Series. That's how dense I am on that. I appreciate that you got that going, and I'm hoping that you know, I think you're right. I think a lot of people who are interested in what's going on with College World Series might venture over to go check out some history there, because it ain't all white folks coming to College World Series. So interesting that you have it. That you go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that, man. I was just
No,
gonna tell you that. I mean, these guys that's coming, they, you know, like Coach Ellis, Ralph, these guys is Coach Ellis. He in the Baseball Hall of Fame 11 times. You know, he was the most winningest coach in HBCU history. I mean, the other guy, Ralph Garr, he played with Hank Aaron. He was there when he broke the record. You know, they called him the Road Runner. You know, Brenda Council. You know, Brenda was the first African-American woman umpire in the state of Nebraska. Her dad played in the Negro Leagues and a team from Oklahoma. And then also, people don't understand that in the 60s and the 70s, Omaha was a baseball town. You could talk to anybody probably a little older than you, and they'll tell you that they played baseball or they knew somebody that was on the team. And it kind of, I mean, every time I do something, man, for real, I learn a lot of history about North Omaha and how people really don't understand that Omaha really was connected to a lot of things. You know, Josh Gibson, he had a team. John Goodwin, you know, all those guys. You know, the Elks had a baseball team. OH, you know, Omaha Housing Authority. I mean, baseball was really big, man.
Omaha Rockets.
And then after, they had a lot of contributions to the baseball today, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting, man. That's out of all the events that you got going on, this was the one that was least on my radar, but now it's the most on my radar. That's interesting. What you're talking about here.
It's huge. I was actually going to mention earlier when you were talking about it with the community updates, the Savannah Bananas, which is a team it's a traveling baseball team. They're going to be in Lincoln soon, but they are actually bringing back some of the Negro League teams. They just brought back the Indianapolis Clowns, I believe, that they'll be playing, and there'll be a team in their league that they play and travel with. But, you know, that's dope that you're highlighting the Negro League. That's something that we don't talk about. But, again, we had our own league. Let's think about that.
I'm glad that you said that, man, because me and Brenda Council, man, if y'all ever talk to her, she is a plethora of knowledge, man, on a lot of topics, and baseball is really one of those because she loved baseball. And she told me the story of the Indianapolis Clowns, and it just so happened I was watching ESPN, and that story you just said came across there, and they said that the Savannah Bananas is a spinoff of the Negro League team that you just said, the Indianapolis Clowns, because they claim the fame was they had a one-arm pitcher that would put the mitt on his shoulder and pitch and catch, and he'd be able to catch the ball, with the glove on his shoulder.
Wow, I remember seeing that. That's funny. Man, inventive, and the history here is really, really incredible, man. I love that. I love that you got this aspect going on. And
if you really want to go about it, Bob Gibson, he the one that really brought time out to Omaha. It really wouldn't be there without Bob. Because it was a test restaurant that Bob had invested in, and it was they were going to roll it out, but it ended up being bought out by another company. I mean, you can look all this up too if you ever go on NorthOmahaHistory.com. Adam, he does a great job of of recording things that happen in North Omaha, and that was one of the articles that I read of it.
Man, dope. It hits home for all of us, Paul. I don't know if you see in the chat, but you got some blood in the Negro League.
I'm getting ready to get to it. First of all, I just wanted to give a shout out to Marlon, who was talking about all the events that's going on for Juneteenth. Also, RG, in response to that, says, on the plus side, too, is a lot of different Juneteenth events. It gives everyone a chance to make something. If you have a singular event, not everyone who wants to make it can. But there's a third thing that I'm seeing from what you're talking about, Brother Calvin, which is that is happening during College World Series, and it's a great bridge to the African American community in North Omaha for the world to see, really, when they come out here for College World Series. So I really appreciate what you're saying on that. Also, in the chat, Wanda Lewis says, get downtown early due to parking, especially with everything going on. Keep in mind all the construction that's happening. Can you tell us about that a little bit? I know you got a situation where the first event that you're doing is at Miller Park, and then you want everybody to kind of travel downtown to go to the Jean Leahy Mall during that 4 or 5 o'clock time frame there. What on your side of things as the promoter, as the person who has to facilitate all this, how's parking and traffic been working for you?
Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, man, parking, they got 4 parking stalls, but they on the other blocks. On each corner, that's really where people got to park. And if you can't get a parking space around the surrounding area of the park, unfortunately, they building a streetcar and doing a lot of sewer work, right now in Omaha. So, I just had to go around it, One thing that we couldn't do the concert at Miller Park because they don't have the capacity, So that was another thing why we had to move downtown.
Oh, that was an option while you was going to try to do the Miller Park at one point?
Yeah, because, we own our own stage now, So, I was going to bring that thing out, roll it out. Yeah. And
man, pull up.
But when we start talking about, the number of people that could potentially come to that neighborhood, it just, I wouldn't even put that on the neighborhood association, man. I just it didn't work out for everybody.
I feel that.
Could you imagine the parking around Miller Park? Like, could you imagine that? Yeah, that'd be a problem.
I'm still trying to imagine the parking around Jean Leahy Mall right now with everything that's going on, College World Series and the construction. What's the group? What's the group that you had to go through in order to be able to do the concert at Jean Leahy Mall? I can't remember the name of that group right now. The organization that handles the mall and CHI Center and all that.
Mecca and is the facility that manages the Jean Leahy Mall, and that's what I got to tell people when they come to events that we do downtown. You got to figure it's just like you going to the CHI Center, because Mecca runs the same facility. Now this year they doing something different, which is they controlling the security, so they gonna just run it like any of their other facilities, as far as like wanding people and policies and all that, So now you can't bring a wagon because you can't bring a wagon to their facilities. So why would you bring one here? Plus, we're gonna have bars and beverages and things like that, for people to purchase, so you don't be hot. But during the day, you don't have to worry about that because we provided all the beverages and the food and everything that you might want, at no cost to you.
At Miller Park, right? Okay. So did Mecca give you any help, any instructions, any tips on what to do about parking and stuff down there?
Nah, they just recommended that we tell people to use the parking garages, and like you said, to arrive early, for the event. If you're gonna, because of the game, the game got pushed back to 8 o'clock, I think, because of the Stanley Cup is tonight. So
lots going on.
And the World Cup.
I mean, the Stanley Cup is Saturday night. Sorry about that. I'm thinking it's Saturday already. Sorry. And so they had to make some changes to accommodate everything that's going down there. Plus, there's other events going downtown too, at the hotels and stuff like that.
Right. Try to carpool, try to get down there early. Take a Uber, do what you can do, but get down there. You're anticipating a whole lot of people this time around too. I remember you talking to us about this before. What kind of numbers are you anticipating for the concert?
I think it's probably going to be to capacity at this concert, because for Women's College World Series, and then I just think the lineup that we have this year, it kind of flows with 2 or 3 different demographics of people. Because people always ask why we bring Lyfe Jennings back, because Lyfe Jennings, he brings out your grandma, your mom, your daughter, all young people still like that. Somebody told me today, man, I'm bringing my daughter because she like Lyfe Jennings. She only like 15 or 16 or something. So, and then Keri Hilson, she kind of surprised me, man. She does have a catalog, of things, and she's coming with a lot of people, so that means she's going to be putting on a pretty good show.
That's what's up. Okay. I definitely thought, okay, you got a kind of multi-generational lineup this time around, which is something that's a little bit new, and 3 headliners here. So this is all right, man. I feel like this is going to be interesting. If it's going to be at capacity, I'm thinking about what capacity means for Jean Leahy Mall. Here's an overview. They told you to kind of come down and check this out before they wanted you to come check this out before you came down, so you can know where you're going to go, where you're going to plan. And so on. And of course, you can see on both sides of the street there's not a whole lot of parking around there. So use the parking garages and all that good stuff, man. I appreciate that. And get down there early for that Negro League thing now. I'm like, man, let's check it out from 5 to 6. It's only going to be an hour. So you definitely got to get down there, get ready to make sure that you can park and walk where you got to go. Make sure you got enough time. Pops in the chat is talking about the Negro League on this level. He said, where was it at? He said, oh man, I lost Pop's comment. Where is it
at? I can't click on it.
There it is. He said Stonewall Jim was my grandfather, James Womack Sr. He played in the Negro League. Stonewall Jim. That's a cold name right there, ain't it? And he says he was an outfielder and got his nickname because of a bolt that was hit out his way. He would catch it as surely as if you had a stone wall and could not get out of the park. That's crazy. You caught everything. That's what's up. So shout out to Stonewall. I like that name, man. Stonewall Jim. That's what's happening. So some history there that I'm finding out about the Negro League there that's in my family, which is awesome. So I'm definitely looking forward to this Negro League event that you got going on. So I highly suggest you kind of get down there early and make sure that you got enough time to walk over and check it out from 5 to 6 there at the man. That's what's up.
And I'd like to answer Wanda Lewis's question is, if people read the fine print of the websites and the Eventbrite, just because you got a general admission ticket doesn't guarantee you entry, because they free tickets. The only guaranteed entry is for you to have. Once we reach capacity, then we won't be letting nobody else in. I mean, we can't stop you from sitting somewhere else in the park. But the area that we have designated for the concert, we won't be letting nobody else in that area.
Okay. She's asking when does it reach capacity? You'll no longer be able to obtain tickets. We have ours. Says you have to download them. So these are the free ones that you're talking about, though, right?
Well, the download link, it's been cut off for a couple of days, and
Okay.
I added a couple more VIP tickets because I ain't finding some in my pocket, and but other than that, capacity. I mean, we had 15,000 at CeeLo Green, so
Wow.
I'm hoping, man, that they'll let us do about 20.
I forgot that you brought
the
CeeLo
fireworks
Green
show, man. And then with the fireworks show, they say they always draw pretty much around 20 to 30,000 people, but that's all through the downtown area, not including the park. So we just had to kind of play it by ear, because like I said, it's the first time of us kind of expanding this big, So I'm hoping that everything goes all right, so we could, continue to do concerts with bigger talent,
There you go. Speaking of VIP tickets, I found a couple in my pocket too. So we're gonna be giving some of these away. You still got a chance to win these. We're asking you to go to First Sky Omaha's YouTube page, like and subscribe over there. Then send us an email at firstskyOmaha@gmail.com and let us know that you want the tickets, and we'll pick you guys randomly out of a pool of folks that have done that and give these tickets away. So you still got a chance to do that. We're gonna do it until we're gonna put a limit on at the end of the show. It will be where the cap's at, and then we'll start talking about who's going to have these tickets. But yeah, we got a couple of free tickets for that event. These are the VIP tickets for this concert right here with Keri Hilson, Nivea, and Lyfe Jennings. As you can see over there, they're the $150 VIP tickets. So that's what's up. And as Brother Calvin just explained, you can be anywhere in the park, but the VIP situation is limited. They're only going to let a certain amount of people in there. I'm assuming it's going to be a little closer to the stage, closer to the action. There is where their section is. Is that correct?
VIP, it always comes with your drinks come with that. We have food with that, and it's guaranteed table covered seating. So you don't bring a chair, you don't bring nothing. You just bring the ticket, and then you'll be okay.
That's
like you said, I mean, it's closer. You seen how big that stage is. If as soon as you get under that tent, you're gonna be able to see.
There it is. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you coming through, letting us know about this, man. Buddy, I cut you off a little bit earlier. You were trying to say something. I'm sorry about that. You remember?
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, man. You had mentioned about expanding. I see you got Malcolm X behind you. What was the thought process taking it out of the Malcolm X Plaza? Has it been last couple of years?
I had a good relationship with Malcolm X. Like with any other relationship, it get rocky sometimes. But we never got disrespectful with each other. It's just they ended up building, and the grounds is gone. So the only other thing that I could think of to keep the festival in North Omaha was to move to Miller Park. Because I think that we talked about this before, is that I think that what I do doesn't benefit North Omaha if it's somewhere else, where people can't access it. And I mean access it, as far as making it walkable to where people can access it. And that's because I think the success of what I've been doing is because it's in the community, it's easy to get to. If somebody don't want to give you a ride, you can walk to it. You know what I mean? And when you get there, you'll see all the services that the people providing. But and then this year too, also, like Google came in and MP Mart and a few other people, because I tell people, man, I know people think that just because you got a nonprofit thing is gonna be popping, but it's the relationships in the community and the sponsors that we have is what is maintaining what we're doing now, and that's why I want to make sure that we thank those people,
Yeah, heard that Union Pacific was actually the company that paid for the tickets that you were saying were free tickets that people had to download. And I did want you to kind of also reiterate those services.
It was Google, man. It's Google that's keeping these lights on. Without Google, we wouldn't have the free concerts. And I'm being 100% honest on that. And also, it's Union Pacific. They pay for the fireworks show because they asked me what could they do that would be a big impact on the community. I said, look, man, y'all should do a fireworks show downtown because, I always try to like make sure that we have some type of representation down there. And I just don't think I've ever known nobody to do a fireworks show downtown that looked like me. So I wanted to make sure that we could always have access so we could, if anybody come after me that want to do an event, they could do it as big as they think that they need to go,
Man, that's huge. But we can't overlook also the family event. I definitely want you to reiterate. I know you giving away cars and washers and dryers, and what you got in store this year?
We got a lot of. The good thing about moving to Miller Park, man, is we're gonna be able to activate everything that's in the park. Which is they got a basketball court there already. They got the music pavilion. They got a splash pad, swimming pool, all those things like that. So it ain't like we had to bring in a bunch of other activities, All we had to do was make sure we get the people there and provide services and products. So, yeah, we giving away washers and dryers, Nintendo Switches, Google products, bicycles. We still going to feed about 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people. And we having a basketball tournament. We got the dance experience that Harold Monday's managing for us for the kids.
That's
and
cool.
every activity got its own prizes. So just because you come to one area, you don't win a prize in the basketball. You can go over to the dance thing and win you a little Nintendo Switch or whatever or shoe cards. I'm giving away gift cards, gas cards. I hooked up with Tim Clark. We gonna give away some gas cards.
Okay.
Just stuff that I always just staking stuff that I think people would need.
Mm-hmm.
And
you either people walking around like I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, but that's what the daytime activity thing's really about, man. It's about people leaving the parade, having a place.
Oh man, we almost got through with it. Oh man. All right. Wait. He might be back. You back?
I'm back, man.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what the daytime is about, man. It's about the families, and the kids, and the older people. We want to make sure that they got something that they could come to, and then later that night, y'all come down to the concert.
That's what's up.
Straight up.
I got to ask you before you get out of here, though, because there are so many Juneteenth events and things going on. There's the parade and stuff that's happening. How is it? Have you worked with have you been able to be at least in conversation with some of the other events that are going on, Juneteenth, Joy Fest, and so on and so forth? Have you just been concentrating?
Man, I love the Joy Fest, man. I like what it's doing because it's for younger people, I don't understand it a lot right now. That's because I'm old, man, but I think that younger people got to have some type of representation, and I don't really think it's a lot of Juneteenth events because, for one, man, it's probably more now because Juneteenth is a federal holiday, but a lot of the people that's doing Juneteenth activities that I talked to, they was kind of in the mix before Juneteenth was a federal holiday. So that's why I kind of support those kind of people because they wasn't in it for the money when there wasn't no money around. So, I just think that those are people that are doing the work.
I feel that. So. Okay, yeah, I just wondered about that. We talked to Willie Williams, who was a paramount in bringing the big events here, the official events for Juneteenth, the flag raising, and all that. And she was mentioning that like there hadn't been a whole lot of communication, cross promotion, and stuff like that for everybody who was doing something underneath the Juneteenth banner. And of course, the stuff that you got going on is so complete for the day that's just interesting. I'm just wondering how much contact you have with anybody else on the other events, because it seems like you can go take the families out to Miller Park, have a good time over there. drop by, check out the Negro League event at Jean Leahy Mall. Take the kids home to the babysitter, come back for the concert. Full day of what's going on there, and I'm just wondering how that's going to work with a lot of the other things that are happening, like the parade and so on and so forth. I guess you got some flexibility in the day to be able to kind of jump out and see some other stuff if there is other stuff to see too. So just wondering how much a conversation you had with some of the other event holders that's also doing something on this particular day.
We used to have meetings sometimes, but I ain't gonna lie, because I just don't do Juneteenth, man. I'm on the road with Anjali. I'm doing stuff for other organizations. And I'm managing a stage. I don't really have a lot of time, but I just try to be, you help if they need resources or something. I'm always around to help them. And if you talk to Miss Williams or whatever, she tells you, I always invite them to everything that we do because, they were the first ones to do it before me. So I always want to make sure I show that respect, man, for the people that did it before me, because I know what it takes to do this, man. And they always should be recognized, because somebody's going to take it over from me when I get done and put their spin on it, and hopefully grow it more. And I'm hoping that's what, that they proud of the things that I done did. Because, I never tried to take nothing away from nobody. I always came in as trying to collaborate or figure out how we can expand something that was already existing. And it just so happened to be the Juneteenth parade. When I thought about the parade, I thought we needed to expand it, that it just shouldn't be a parade. And after the parade, people should go home. I think that it should have been somewhere where people could come and celebrate their heritage and not get gods for money or nothing like that. And make sure that we letting people know that it's resources in here if they need assistance. And I think it's working. So I don't feel bad about nothing that I do, because I think that I'm doing the right things. I hope I am. If not, somebody can correct me. I wouldn't be wrong, mad or nothing. But
no, bro, you're killing the game with what you got going on for sure. You're killing the game, and I really appreciate it. It's a very important aspect of what goes on in our community that you got Freedomtainment popping like this and doing the things you're doing, not just for Juneteenth, but all year. And the things that you are really concentrating on doing, it's huge. I often say, me living in different cities and stuff like that, I often say that it's really important for Omaha to bring high level artists to the area and have access to the people that are here, so the people that are here can see that without having to go somewhere else and see it. And I think it's hugely important what you're doing. So appreciate you, bro, in a big way.
Man.
And I want to say that, man, we've been in the top 10 Juneteenths. You got to think for the last 4 to 5 years, and in the nation, not just in the region, in the nation. So we know that people are recognizing what we're doing here, and we know that too because of the economic impact. The economic impact of Juneteenth now is going to be over $1 million this year. It's already estimated to be 1.2 to 1.5 million just for that day.
Wow.
Or more. So I'm letting you know that people in the community, we hire in the community, they working, they getting paid, and they spending money in the community.
Talk heavy.
Follow the money, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
I want to say one thing before I leave. I know I've been talking, but we got a Level Up coming up September 5th. And, we want to invite people to that. That's the job and housing fair that we do. We also do the Unity Fest that night. We got Surface booked right now, as one of the acts,
Really?
I know that might be a little old for some people.
That's what's up.
But, Surface had a lot of hits. They had 10 number one hits,
For sure.
And so we try to figure out somebody to go with that. And so we want people to come to that. We also going to make that free,
Bro,
for people in the community.
Listen, man, we'll have you back on the show, and definitely let's talk about promoting that as well. We're behind what Step Up is doing for sure, and any of the concerts and stuff that you bring. Let's go ahead and let's do it. Let's continue on with a little partnership on really trying to get down with that, because I think you're doing some important stuff. I'm glad to hear that we don't got to wait another year to see what you got next, what you got coming next. That's what's up.
Oh, and then if you know anybody that want to rent the stage, we got an Apex 3224. we've been renting it out pretty good lately, you know, because it's College World Series, so you know it's on the road now.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that if somebody in the community needed the service, you know, to call Freedomtainment, and we'll work something out.
For sure.
Man,
we might be calling you ourselves.
Service.
That'll work. Right on, bro. We're gonna let you go. We do have another guest coming in here shortly, so we're gonna let you get going. But I really, like I said, bro, I know how it is day before the event.
Man.
So the fact that you were able to take some time out for us, I really, really appreciate you getting up early and jumping on with us. Highly am excited about especially the Negro League presentation, man. And you kind of won me over with that in a big way. So I was already cool on everything that you got going on daytime and the nighttime situation. But that Negro League piece, man, I'm gonna definitely try to go make that in a big way and check it out. So I appreciate you coming on, bro.
All right, man. Y'all have a great day, okay?
Okay.
You too, man. Peace and love.
Peace.
Yep.
Brother Calvin, man. When I think about how we started with him back in the minus old days, who was that we brought out there?
Donnell Jones.
One of the first ones, bro. Donnell Jones, for real.
Yeah, man.
That was awesome. We have another special guest coming in shortly. LaVonya Goodwin's going to be in the on the show here a little later on. She's in the chat right now. She said tracking economic impact is critical to growing the tourism industry in North Omaha. We don't talk enough about the tourism industry in North Omaha. Shout out to North Omaha Visitors Center. Shout out to North Omaha BID, some of the entities that are really pushing for that tourism side and doing some good work there. She's so I appreciate that. Shower me with your love. She's talking about tracks. That's
okay.
You know about them hits. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have her on shortly. So stay tuned. As a matter of fact, we're going to take a quick break and come back and jump into the stories so we can kind of halfway stay on schedule. But we do have another special guest coming on. We highly suggest that you stick around so we can have some discussion with Councilwoman LaVonya Goodwin. Put some respect on her name, and also get your questions ready if you have any. And we'll be talking about it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning. My name is Paul B. He's Buddy the Guy. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, y'all.
Hey.
Step into history at the Omaha Freedom Festival with our Negro Leagues and Black Baseball Storytelling Series, a powerful celebration of America's baseball legacy. Join us Saturday, June 13th, 2026 at Gene Leahy Mall Pavilion. Hear from historians and icons as they bring the rich history of the Negro Leagues to life. Just download your free ticket at omahafreedomfestival.com. Don't miss this celebration of history, heritage, and America's game. Only at the Omaha Freedom Festival.
Welcome back. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddy the God. Appreciate you guys joining us today. If you missed any parts of that interview with Brother Calvin Williams, please go back and check it out on YouTube. And do us a favor, like and subscribe while you're over there. And also, if you're on Facebook, do us a favor and share the show on your page. Easy thing to do, just share the show on your page. We can get as many people in the chat as possible so we can have some deeper conversation with a lot of the community members that follow us. We really appreciate everybody. Also, Ariel's 402 in the chat says, hit the like button on one time. He said one time on the ones and twos. That's what's up. Appreciate that. Ceci Jean says, I haven't heard this song in a minute. I appreciate you. I didn't realize you were at the event last night with the senators. Yes. But I appreciate you coming on through. Also, Tisa Harding is in the chat saying, good Friday morning, beautiful people. Good morning to you. She says, popping up a PLP table somewhere. The community needs our information. PLP is Pink Lotus Project. Got you. Strut for the Cure coming up, man. June 27th. Definitely mark this on your calendar. This is a cool event right here. I've been to a couple of them, and it's a really cool event. It's a fashion show, but it's folks that have beaten cancer or are suffering with cancer at the time that are raising money to find a cure for it, because we don't like cancer at all. We're very much against cancer. Yes. I vote that cancer leaves us. Everybody has struggled with this and dealt with it, and so this is a situation where they have put a event together to try to help raise some funds for a cure, and also just kind of celebrate the folks that have been, get together with people who have struggled together, or struggle alone with these problems, or with their family members, and just get them together and just celebrate life. It's kind of a celebration of life. It's a beautiful thing. We'll put this on the Friends of First Sky Omaha, so you can hit that QR code and get your tickets and come on down and check it out. Again, this is June 27th. It's going to be at Metropolitan Community College South Campus. So here's some information right here for it. Definitely go check it out. Strut for the Cure. We even got family members. Papa God strutting for the Cure this time around. We got family members in that's going to be on the runway. The year I went, Michael Scott was on the runway. I thought that was, and Tim Clark too. Tim Clark was on the runway. No, Michael Scott was, I think he did some kind of presentation or something. We got all kinds of heavy hitters that come for this Strut for the Cure. So definitely come check this out on the 27th. We'll be talking more about it later on, and I really appreciate everybody that's coming through here with it. So she said, Stacey, you said, I saw you, Paul. That's what's up. Michelle, Michael Lee. Also, I saw Michael Lee at the event last night with the Senators, running around with his sleeves up, making it happen. Appreciate that. Good morning, y'all. Appreciate you, bro. Marlon Harrison says, I'm proud of Calvin Williams' growth over the years, from being an unknown person to now being the go-to person for events is super amazing and inspiring. That's what's up,
man. Yeah,
that's what's
man.
up.
I actually didn't want to give Calvin his flowers. Like, it's to bring 20,000-30,000 people together and not have, crushes, stampedes, like just the sheer crowd control of a crowd that large is no small feat. But to also do it in, the professionalism that he does it. It's a good look, man. It's a good look. So big shout out to Calvin, man.
And as a promoter, I know one of the strategies on first of all having a peaceful event is who it is you invite to perform. Mm-hmm. So he's done a masterful job of choosing just the right artist that, first of all, North Omaha wants to come out and see. And second of all, he's been very strategic about which age group likes which artist in order to get the certain age groups out, because certain age groups are not really feeling like they want to go out and start some ruckus. They just want to come out and be cool and have a good time. So, it's very strategic, and it starts from that planning. It starts from that who it is that you're bringing out in the first place. And it's a tough job. It's a tough job to figure out who an audience wants to see. And then even pinpoint it even further with audiences that just want to come out and chill and have a good time as well, and not really cause a whole lot of problems. So, and that happens. That's not just with Black folks. That's any genre. That's any situation when it comes to any event where there's thousands and thousands of people there. Yes, the crowd control and the crew are crucial on the day of, but the planning on who's going to come in the first place and how this thing is going to lay out is another part of it. So it's very strategic what he's doing. I love that he's doing the concert, but I also love that he's doing the thing for the families first. And that is paramount earlier that day. And then there's even a buffer with the Negro League exhibition that's going down in between. There's a lot there. There's a lot of strategy there. And it's not just I'm glad you guys are giving him his flowers right now, because it's even more extensive. Like I said, I did this for 9 years in Hawaii. And put on festivals and all kinds of stuff. I know what he's going through right now in a big way. And for him to pull this off in Omaha is no small feat, bro, for real.
Major shout out.
Major
Support.
Also, one last thing about Strut for the Cure. Tisa Harden in the chat says Mary Ewing is moderating also. So big wigs going down.
Modeling. You gonna be strutting.
Modeling. I thought you said, but yeah, modeling. Okay, that's what's up. Strutting. He's gonna be out here strutting. The big suits in the house. That's what's up. Appreciate that.
Man, actually,
go ahead.
Yeah. Speaking of Mary Ewing, let's go ahead and get into this real quick as we prepare for our sister from City Council joining us soon. That's all right.
Yes, sir.
And just keeping it moving, man, moving along. This is something that's been kind of moving through the chatter sphere on social media and friends of in the groups as far as Omaha Mayor um Ewing in this lawsuit. Yeah. Again, I was reluctant to speak about it, but again, I know a lot of you have been talking about it, and this is a forum to have the conversation with you. So if you have some thoughts, definitely share your thoughts on that. Yeah, man, I'll be honest. Yeah,
It's hard for us to even talk about it. It's funny.
it is, man. But again, we're here to talk about the things that you all are talking about, and give you a platform to have your voices heard and have a conversation amongst community. But I'll be honest, man, I appreciate what Sister Kimmer had to say about it as far as drawing the comparison between this lawsuit and the quote unquote call for discrimination versus, the real call from discrimination from man, I'm drawing a blank on her name, but the sister that sued OPD and how that whole situation was handled. Gonzalez, Sister
Cindy
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, Cindy Gonzalez, and how that whole situation was handled, and just kind of the rhetoric around that. Very interesting. We all kind of knew it was going to be a matter of time before they come for Brother Ewing with something, but here we are.
Set the stage. What is it? For those of you who don't know what it is.
Yeah. For those who don't know, this is actually being reported by the Reader. So again, shout out to the Reader, still doing some work, service of Nebraska Public Media. But Omaha Mayor is admitting fault in a legal dispute over a deleted Facebook comment. Apparently, somebody commented on a Facebook post about the sinkhole downtown, saying the Regis Building residents have just had to take out $1 million loan to pay for repairs for the sinkhole. You ran a campaign of promising to help us. What happened to those promises? Was a comment directed towards Mary Ewing, and that comment was soon deleted. And she was blocked from viewing Mary Ewing's public Facebook page before Ewing deleted the post entirely. She sued Ewing, alleging that he had engaged in what's called viewpoint discrimination and violated her First Amendment rights. Last week, they did enter into a consent agreement, so they did settle kind of out of court. $50,000 was the settlement through the city of Omaha, so there was some tax dollars involved in this, but again agreed to pay nearly $50,000, the city of Omaha, for attorney's fees, and also a $2 in nominal or symbolic damages. So can't forget the $2 in damages. You just
$2 damage. Yeah.
So again, there's the situation.
It's interesting. I guess it's interesting. It is a public facing page, so I can understand why it's troubling a little bit when you think about the powers that be that want to take down comments and stuff like that from public facing pages. I definitely we have our own First Guy Omaha page and the Friends of First Guy Omaha, which I am constantly denying comments and banning people from because of what they talking about. But we can do that because we're not public officials with a public facing situation. So can understand that. I think he probably learned a lesson on that. But it is. I love how the media has made really big deal out of it. That's really the takeaway for me is like how they frame this, because the whole reason why we do what we do is because we reject premises and did not like how mainstream media sometimes will portray certain situations, especially when it came to us. And this is another one of them things. I feel like maybe was he wrong, maybe, but the way that they handled this situation in the media, I feel like is something that I'm paying close attention to, for real.
Man, Wanda Lewis asking the question said, "How did Gene get away with excluding people?" I don't know. I do know that there are sometimes, posts from the mayor's office and other elected officials where you can't necessarily comment on the post because let's just be honest, there's some cuckoos out there. So sometimes they they stamp down on the trolls. They have posts where there are no comments. They turn the comment, capability off, which is, apparently the case for this, as far as what the mayor's office had to say about this, particular post in question. saying that they intended for the comments to be turned off, and they weren't, and some people were able to comment, and therefore they subsequently deleted some of those comments and turned the commenting function off to put it in line with the policy. But
Hey, that's great.
yeah.
Moving on, in other news, let's go ahead and set up, because we do have a special guest coming in here in just about 1 minute. So let's go ahead and set that up, because it's a kind of impromptu visit by our councilwoman. And there's some things that we definitely wanted to talk about. Get your questions ready. Buddy, what's on your mind for our next guest is in particular?
Well, definitely a couple things, a couple questions we have for her, but I also want to hear about what she has to talk to the people about. But speaking of Mayor Ewing and the mayor's office and what's going on, I would definitely love to see, city council and the mayor get this minimum wage pushed through. Again, we've been talking about it towards the end of the season. Omaha City Council is considering minimum wage for non-tipped workers. Again, going along with the $15 an hour minimum wage, which we already know isn't enough, but still a lot better, a step in the right direction from the $13.50 minimum wage that was being proposed for employees, between the ages of 14 and 16, basically young folk getting what some are calling, some age discrimination as far as getting a whole nother level of minimum wage simply because they're young. Again, this is coming on the heels of Legislative Bill 258 that limits future increases to about 1.75% a year, and allows employers again to pay people between the ages of 14 to 16 a minimum wage of $13.50. Again, the state did set a minimum wage bill, but it's a incremental growth over the years. And again, Lincoln already stepping in that direction as far as setting that $15 across the board minimum wage threshold, and it seems like Omaha City Council is stepping in that direction as well. Definitely wondering where Councilwoman LaVonya Goodwin stands on this.
Well,
So
let's quit wondering. We're already a minute past. We're going to go ahead and bring our special guest in, LaVonya Goodwin. We got questions for her. Ladies and gentlemen, Councilwoman LaVonya Goodwin. Put some respect on her name. Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Good
good
morning.
morning.
Thanks for getting up early with us this morning.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me in such short notice.
Well,
I didn't realize this was your final day before for a little break. So glad
yeah,
to
our
be here.
season finale. We wanted to go ahead and squeeze you in for sure. When you contacted us, you talked about the fact that you've been councilwoman for a year already, which
Man,
is unbelievable how fast time
Right.
moves. Right.
Right.
So, and I told you before, I really appreciate a lot of the work that you have been doing. I think you've been doing a phenomenal job this year, which I'm still tripping on.
man.
So I definitely want to give you the time for that. First of all, let us know about how you feeling a year later.
I'm feeling great. I ran to level up because I saw how you can do community work, but you need the right people in office to push that to the next level.
Mhm.
And I'm definitely having that opportunity to do that. Partnering with Mayor Ewing is especially significant, being not only that he's our first Black mayor, but he's born and raised Omaha, has served this community for 40 plus years. And so that partnership is just an incredible time. We were the only two new elected officials at that city level. So that's exciting as well. And just, rolled up my sleeves and have a lot to talk about today in terms of what we've worked on, what has worked. And I also want to communicate to folks how to partner with me because it really, truly is a partnership.
Nice, man. Actually, glad to hear that we're all about engagement and connectivity with our local elected officials in the community, having that connection, because we do agree it is supposed to be a partnership. So let's just start there as far as your role in this partnership and economic development specifically. We're talking about the minimum wage proposal, but I want to expand that to what you were talking about earlier as far as economic impact, something you're all about coming from the BID, some of the things you're doing on 24th. So let's just start there. Economic impact, how's that looked and changed over the last year?
Well, one, I always tell folks that the span of District 2, it starts at Jean Leahy Mall. It runs to the riverfront, Carter Lake, all the way up to States Street past Miller Park, and then as far as 72nd Street on Ames Avenue. So, my district has so much going on right now. I haven't totally actually compared notes with my other council members, but let me just talk about what's happening. Some of the major projects in District 2. Mutual of Omaha, $600 million project. That's economic development infrastructure. Then you've got the airport expansion project, $900 million project right here in District 2. You go up to 16th Street, they just announced the Chambers Court project. I love that project because it's going to keep that Strelo, housing development. Most importantly, there's mixed income. So now you're talking about 70 market rate, but 131 affordable units. And they work very closely with the current residents to ensure that there's not a lot of disruption, and they've got the assistance they need during this process. Then you go, and the Inland Port Authority is in District 2. We were strategic about where some of that first development is going to take place. That's $120 million. You've got Phil McLean's project right on 24th and Sprague, $20 million mixed use facility. It's going to have affordable housing as well. That's just to name a few. So when you start talking about economic development, that infrastructure piece is a big component. One of my goals is to see how so much of this, energy, economic energy is happening in North Downtown, and ensure we have the right connections to the heart of North Omaha.
That was actually my thought in question. We've been talking about a lot of these developments and seeing a lot of the investment continued. I think the airport just got another $10 million in federal funds or something like that. But how, as this development happens kind of on the outskirts of North Omaha, we talk about the airport and downtown, how do we make sure that, as you mentioned, the heart of North Omaha is included in some of these developmental projects, whether it's jobs or consulting, or what does that look like?
Well, I think you got to start with what you have. And so that's where the work of the Business Improvement District is so important. So we have a facade improvement program for $2 million for small business building rehab right on 24th Street. One of my goals in starting the Business Improvement District before I ever ran for office was to ensure that as development happened, the small guy had a chance. Now, what does that mean? We can offer a resource, but then people have to be ready. So part of that facade improvement program has been classes. It has been technical assistance to ensure that the small businesses on North 24th Street, and we did specifically say we wanted them to be the brick and mortars, okay, that we know and love on 24th Street, having that opportunity to apply. Now, it's still up to them to take advantage of that. It looks like we'll have about 6 projects ready to go. $2 million for buildings that are 100 plus years old is not a lot. But I think we'll be able to make a mark. I won't name those businesses today because we haven't finalized. But out of 16 projects that were submitted, we wanted to focus on for-profit, businesses that were operating with commercial ground level tenants and or ownership, again, to ensure that there's some longevity and legacy that remains as we know new developments coming. So that really is that first things first. But then that readiness says that if we've got a corridor or corridors, I think of 16th Street, 24th Street, 30th Street, and these corridors have restaurants, venues, activities that can then connect to, say, a CWS. That's really where you start. And I already know that, for instance, businesses like Get and Go, they benefit from CWS. But then how do we not only then create the physical environment, but then also that marketing and promotion? So those are some things that we're working toward in the future. I also want to mention Native Omaha Days. I know it's not this year, kind of wanting to springboard on Calvin's conversation. You guys talked about safety. Last year, Native Omaha Days, 15,000 people. That's visitor center numbers, okay? Those something that in that world they call butts in beds, meaning how many people came, rented a hotel, and came here specifically for that reason. Well, the readiness around safety, the readiness on vendors and how we can collaborate can make that a world-class event. And Mayor Ewan and I agree that can be a safe, well-ran, world-class event that North Omaha can then, that's our pride and joy. Native Omaha Days is ours. But how do we make it the best it can be? And so I'll be meeting with leaders around that. I'm serious about it being zero violence because, again, it should be that we can enjoy our family, our friends, good food, good entertainment, and coming together during Native Omaha Days.
A lot of people, I feel like there's a thing going back and forth about Native Omaha Days. That one group of people feel like it's Native Omaha Days is kind of the family reunion for us, and there's another group of people that think it should be more like a Cinco de Mayo for us to be able to expand that everywhere else. Are you saying that you and the mayor feel like the second thing, the Cinco de Mayo style?
You know what? I'll tell you what I think about it. I hadn't really considered that conversation. That's the first kind of thing I'm hearing. I'm not here to plan an event. Okay. That's part of what partnership with your city officials looks like. I'm looking at the role the city has. I'm looking at, because it's in a public front facing space, right? So the tone of that is not necessarily what I'll get into, but the intersectionality around cleanliness, around permitting for vendors, and around safety, okay, and how it's physically structured is, again, where I come in. So how events transpire, I know we've had 40 plus events in a past Native Omaha Days, and the style that takes on, I think we have so much opportunity because everybody's in town, right? And I also want to remind folks the money's green. So I'm talking about that economic impact and how we can come up and make sure that we're thriving. Again, CWS, folks are going to come down there, and again, they're going to spend $1. They're going to spend a lot of dollars, matter of fact, right? And so how do we get that type of traction? Cinco de Mayo, same thing. So the style of it, I think, is left up to the people, is left up to the vendors, it's left up to the families. I know our family, the Goodwins, we're saying, hey, come in town during Native Omaha Days. There's so much to do. We don't even have to plan anything, right?
Right.
So how that works out is left to the people. But what you'll find my style is, if it's my responsibility, then I take that very seriously. Safety, permitting, how it's structured on the public right of way, and ensuring that, again, we don't have a body count on Native Omaha Days because it really should be about family.
Feel that. I'm going to, first of all, Brother Gary Clark in the chat is saying morning, folks. I appreciate you coming through. We were just talking about the Inland Port Authority. I think the brother's doing a great job.
Hey, Gary,
there.
how you doing?
Yep. Also, Ariel's 402, the chat says, hopefully the facade will have some art included on them. Maybe a dry erase board type could be designed for rotating artists, could be given a spotlight. We call this brother Mayor Sanchez because he's always got to come up with these great ideas for the city. And that would be awesome to do some kind of like rotating art. I like that idea a lot. Buddy, I know that you got a question. I just want to jump in here real quick because Something just kind of hit me while you were talking. Before I didn't know you, I felt like you spent a lot of time on uh, making things look perceived to be cool, nice, beautiful. I remember the billboard that you put up one time that caused a lot of controversy. And yeah, we talked about that before. And also the efforts that you put in to get these millions in order to beautify the facades and stuff like that. And it felt a little bit like you cared more about how things looked than how things actually were before I knew you. Then I got to know you, and I'm realizing something about you, something else about you that I think is pretty interesting. You are really pro-black. You are really black folks we need to do these things in our community. You want the community to be beautiful and safe because you want to stay in the hood and hang out and do some things instead of go out west and go to so I'm really understanding now about how it is that some of your motivations on how it is that you're trying to, and there's a lane for that. There's a lane for us to make sure that things are safe and beautiful in our community, along with a lot of the underground work that is going on in other lanes in order the like things that like the BAA is doing with the youth in order to stop some of the youth violence and so on and so forth. So I see these lanes and I'm seeing where your lane is, and I'm seeing the work that you're doing this past year that I really have appreciated the stuff that you've been doing and learning more about what you're doing with the BID, the money that you're bringing into the Deuce, especially because we kind of made it so that First Sky Omaha wants to be a part of revitalizing the Deuce area. In particular, my great grandfather, owning the showcase at one point. So we'd love to be a part of that growth. And we're seeing that you have cared about that a lot as well. You and your whole family. So I just wanted to make mention that because we've talked about you on the show before, and we've talked about the billboard situation and some of the other things before. But I wanted to reiterate what it is that I've learned past that, and I want to know if my notion is right. Am I on the right track when it comes to your motivations behind how you want to bring money to the area, safety and beauty to the area? Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. Listen, I'm from South Omaha. I don't lie, or I'm not ashamed to say my first address. It's on my birth certificate, 29th and R. And then I had a grandfather who lived on 33rd and Myrtle Avenue. So I grew up in the 70s and 80s. And I remember a time, I was a free and reduced lunch kid. But I remember a time when poverty didn't mean we were trifling. And growing up in some of the hardest parts of South Omaha, we had a sense of pride. And then when I came north, I saw a community that was intact. Folks who worked at the packing houses, folks who might have cleaned houses or were nurses or barbers or what have you, but they had a pride in their neighborhood. So then a narrative that snuck into Black communities in the 80s and 90s was not something I recognized. And so it comes back, I have a foundation where I've seen something different in who we are as Black people. I also come from a time when we didn't make excuses. We just knew we had to be better and we depended on ourselves. So I had a great grandmother who was born on 20th and Seward in 1902. Wow. That predates a lot of people from the migration. Right. I am Omaha in my blood. And then I'm married into a family, the Goodwins, who in their heyday were oftentimes the people who helped to finance, because Black folks couldn't go to banks. They would never say that. I'm saying it.
Yeah.
And so the legacy is deep. It's not just in my mouth, it's in my words. But then when you talk about where I come from, I also remember summers where kids could play and we wouldn't talk about a body count. And so that's my motivation. And let's be real. A lot of folks lead in North Omaha, but they don't live in North Omaha. I moved back, and I'm not trying to throw shade. I moved back to North 18th Street. We all know what that was in the late 80s, 90s, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and said, this is where we're from. But if I'm gonna live here, I'm gonna know my neighbors. if I'm gonna live here, is we're gonna have that dialogue where we coming up together. You know what I'm saying? Making
Mm-hmm.
it better. Because again, I ran on we shouldn't have to live west of 72nd Street to enjoy our neighborhoods and sleep on the weekend. And you're gonna find something about me. I don't do a lot of talking, but you track my action. Before I was ever elected, I brought $15 million to North 24th Street.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Worked across the aisle, didn't care what it looked like, because I knew that North Omaha deserved infrastructure equity. Meaning, I looked around and some of it I was comparing notes for West Omaha, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, wait a minute. How come North 24th Street, 0 bus shelters? So it means that our grandmas have to stand out in the cold. Our kids, you know what I'm saying, have to stand out in the rain when they're catching a bus. We only now have one, but we've got money for more. So I was looking around taking notes. Everybody talks about Atlanta and Dallas and all these things. Now it's South Carolina. But why do we have to move? Why can't we invest in where we're at? So I put my efforts where it's not just this. And if it's me misinterpreting, I don't think it is. I've had a lot of people, by the way, in the last year come up, apologize, kind of level set, and that's cool. Because, I think that's people have to know, like, okay, where's this person really at? But I think in the end, track me.
I feel that. And learn more. Yeah. Just have a conversation with you. That's how I got to know you better. So I really appreciate that. First of all, shout out to 18th Street. Every time my nephew goes into the visitor center, he sees your picture on the wall. He says, "That's my neighbor right there."
That's my neighbor. I know. Is it Zane?
Zane, yeah.
The
dude. Your sister Brooke, yeah.
Holding it down.
In legacy homes. Think about that. Y'all third generation in that home, right?
Word. Yep.
So my husband grew up with your grandparents and knew your aunts and all of that. So, it's that deep.
It's family. Speaking of family, my pops is in the chat. Paul Beyond the Third.
Okay.
He says, a personal question for Miss Goodwin. I left Omaha at 10 years old, and I had a friend back then named Maurice Goodwin. Is Miss Goodwin's related to Maurice?
It's my brother-in-law. My husband's older brother.
There you go.
There you go.
Says, by the way, the Womack family was also on Seward. Okay. So
got you. And back then, see, my father-in-law, Dan Goodwin, Sr., God rest his soul, was one of the first Black businesses to move north of Lake in 1955.
Right.
Okay. And the Klan burned across.
Wow.
So, he took that risk. You think about it. Blacks could not live north of Lake.
Yeah, that's wild.
Just 70 years ago. That's crazy.
It is. I'm kind of feeling what you feeling, Paul, as far as like learning a lot of from about you, Mrs. Goodwin, in this interaction. And what I'm seeing is actually I'm seeing a place that you and Mayor Ewing could actually win, like with the people and with the community and what it is that you're doing. As far as we're all about storytelling and narrative, and I'm seeing a real opportunity with some people in power to change the narrative and to actually tell the full actual story of North Omaha in a way that is going to set us forward economically. I hear you talking about tourism, and Paul, what you're talking about as far as the means that you've invested in, edifice and the means that have been invested in trees and sidewalks and streetscape, and you kind of wonder, like, what impact is that really going to make? But I am seeing the strategy. You make it look good, and then you bring the people in to, hey, this is what we have to offer. This is what we look. This is so when the people do come in, it looks like something. And we're already seeing the tourism with the visitor center, so it's already happening. Go ahead.
And even before that, like it looks good for us. Like we feel better because of what's going on now.
It's also who we are. Because that's the thing. I remember a more vibrant North Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a certain age, and I guess I'll give up my age, I'll be 53 this year. But if you're younger than me, you may not know that.
Mm-hmm.
You may not have ever seen that. So then you're like, what's she talking about? And I'm talking about when I talk about whether it was this block or Myrtle Avenue, you're talking about pristine yards, and it was all Black people.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a dichotomy shift that I'm not talking about something that can be. I'm saying let's build on the legacy of who we truly are.
Yeah.
Many people will tell you they might live in the projects, but their mama swept their dirt every morning.
That's right.
Because there was pride. So that's
right.
what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about necessarily making it better for anybody else but us. And that's mental health. That's community pride. Let me tell you the base of this, and I do appreciate the storytelling part of this. Our daughters went to Omaha North, class of 2024 and 2016. Although I'm an Eagle, I always have to say that. I don't know why my husband and I sent them to North, but anyway. Okay, see? but my point is that, you know what? Some of this started with my daughter would come home and say, Mom, we would play West Omaha teams. They would dog us over our neighborhood. Now, it was more of North, just North High in general. And in my heart, I thought, no kid decides where they live. No kid does. Okay. But now you taking the brunt of that, and there's probably some shame, you know what I'm saying? Lack of pride, what have you. And so we started Global Leadership Group 2014 after school at Omaha North. And there was a volunteer component because it was like, let's empower kids to do something like even just clean up litter in their own neighborhood. And if you think about that, that's a low barrier of entry. All you need is one working hand, to do that, but give them that pride back in their community. So that was really the motivation. What you'll know is I'm a problem solver, but I'm also a realist. I can look at a problem, realize it's real, but then say, what can we do with that? What is our responsibility? And now as an elected official, not everything's my responsibility, but where I have a responsibility, we're going to take ownership. I'm going to work with partners on the ground. So that's a part of even talking about how to partner with me. I look for partners on the ground. I look for people in neighborhoods. Sometimes I'm looking for that person who may not be out front, but serious about the work. To say, okay, where is the solution here? Because I can create policy, I can advocate, I can bring people together, but we still need people to have that buy-in over policy. Okay, we still need people to again find out where their part is in making neighborhoods safe, making businesses prosper. Okay, it's not just on me, and so connecting together for strategies. And more importantly, how do we use our energy? I think sometimes we're taken advantage of as Black people because we are an emotional people, and I don't think that's bad. But I think sometimes emotion, if it's not directed, can have you burn out. How do you because I'm passionate. I'm a fighter. Again, I came from South Omaha, so I'm a fighter. But how do I channel that for positive results? And I think that we got to take passion and rage and sometimes justified outrage and then say, okay, let's channel this into the change that we need to see.
Interesting. We are already 8 minutes past our agreed upon time for you to be here. I
enjoyed this.
I appreciate you spending the extra time with us. Yeah, we were trying to be respectful of your time frame here. So if you can spend a couple more minutes, then we really appreciate that.
I certainly can, because I had one last thing, but you may have other questions, and there may be questions in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. If you have any questions in the chat, please let us know. Please, we'll read those out to you. Buddy, did you have you had something that was on your mind that you wanted to bring up before we get out of here?
Honestly, I'm just in the conversation, so I have things swirling around. Definitely, want to talk more about like strategy, economic development, tourism, all of that. But I don't even know if we have enough time for all that. Honestly, we have to definitely have to have more conversations with you on this platform.
Yeah.
But if you have anything specific on mind, Paul, if not, we can toss it to Mrs. Goodwin
Yeah,
for her last point.
in the interest of time, I want to go ahead and save my questions for the next time we have you on the show, and go ahead and get to your last point of what it is you wanted to come on and talk about today.
Well, one of the things is, a lot of people also act like, or ask, what do you do? You know what I mean? And I've learned a lot in the year of, oh wow, like this is the role, and it's a critical role, because really city government affects how we live day to day. I know the national does, but the city is really your taxes, your cleanliness, your safety with code enforcement, and what is the house, what is the value, how does it present next door, those kind of things. So I'm on 5 committees. I'm on the law committee. I'm on the Human Rights and Relations committee, planning committee, public works. Okay. And what's the last one? I was set on the homelessness subcommittee. And is that all? I'm on 5 committees, and those committees are front facing to the city departments. And so we guide, a lot of the decision making, and we get updates on that, on the various aspects of those departments. Would love to bore you guys on another conversation and tell you all the details, or at least some of the interesting details about that. You asked, Buddy, a question about the minimum wage. And I think this is where I'm at with that. It was passed by state law, right? So the people spoke, I believe, overwhelmingly in District 2. It voted in favor of that. And so I think that the people's vote matters. And so that's definitely important. But I also think we need to continue to grow the competency and the skill level of our workforce, right? I know right now I pay interns $18 an hour. So I'm already paying above that in my very small nonprofit. So that $15 baseline was really established at the state. So that's where I'm at on that. I also just really want to quickly say that you'll be seeing some messaging. And let me see, I have this here. You might have seen it on Facebook already, and that's Keep Juneteenth Beautiful. Public service announcements go a long way to communicating expectations. You'll see our partnership here is with several organizations. We just want tomorrow, when people come down to North 24th Street, if you notice, cleanliness is an economic development tactic, right? Because when spaces are clean and when spaces are safe, they generate more activity, which leads to more investment in economic development. We're just asking folks, use a trash can. I mean, as simple as that, right? But it can go a long way to help really the spaces we go during Juneteenth. Let's keep it beautiful is all.
Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate you opening up to us a little bit too. It's always fun to get to know the guests, not just what you got, what all the committees you're on, but just to know who you are in particular too.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that that artwork that you got behind you too. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm a musician, so we're couple musicians here, so
There
like
we
that kind of
go.
stuff.
Well, I appreciate it, guys, and reach out so we can get scheduled. I really appreciate that you guys, made room for me today. And really, if people want to reach me, they can email me. It's the best way because I have a team behind me. So if I can get their issue city facing, right? Like if people have a private dispute with a private situation, that's not my lane. And, I can't do anything about that. But if it's code enforcement, if it's a safety issue, trying to think of other things, we do a lot with the physical infrastructure of the community. Okay. That if you think about that from what does the city do? You can email me at lavonya.goodwin@cityofomaha.org. I'll put it in the chat, but if you Google City of Omaha, my email's right there. I read those emails, and generally what I do is I use that email to take it to the team to help me better solve the issue.
Love it. I need a team to be looking at my emails. I feel that.
Right? All right, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. We will be in contact, and hopefully we can do this again soon. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. I'm glad that she tapped us to come on the last part of the show here. I've been wanting to talk to her all season, so I'm glad that she was able to do that right now and learn a little bit more about what's going on there. Matter of fact, I got something brewing in my head about
some things.
We got Senator Cypher. We got monthly meetup with the mayor. Maybe we need a bi-weekly meeting with the city council. Something. Some regular conversation going.
Holla at Pete Festerson. See what's going down.
That's what's up. I appreciate everybody that joined us today and had questions. I'm sorry, Marlon, I didn't get to your question before she had to go, but we will send that to her at lavonya.goodwin@cityofomaha.org, and maybe she can not only answer your question but get it in front of the city like she's talking about. So appreciate that. Appreciate her. I appreciate all of you. Let's take a quick break just to recalibrate. We'll finish out the show and finish out the season.
Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting kind of excited about that, actually.
Right near the beach.
We got to get there, bro. We got to get right near the beach on the real way. Appreciate that. Again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning. All B, buddy to God. I'm already dreaming of the beach, bro. I'm already going. Right back.
We're turning up the heat for Omaha Freedom Festival's night concert with Keri Hilson, Lyfe Jennings, and R&B superstar and Grammy-nominated Nivea, hosted by Josh Jones and music by DJ Chain. Don't miss one of the biggest R&B nights Omaha has ever seen. Join us Saturday, June 13th at Jean Leahy Mall Pavilion. Doors open at 7 p.m. Concert starts at 8:30 with fireworks after. Tickets at OmahaFreedomFestival.com or in person at LaFleur's New Look Fashion. Celebrate culture, music, and community at the Omaha Freedom Festival.
Welcome back. First Sky Omaha in the morning. All B, buddy to God.
Hey.
Don't forget, you got a few more minutes to go after these VIP tickets for that Keri Hilson, Lyfe Jennings, Nivea show. Again, go to the YouTube page, First Sky Omaha, the YouTube page. Like and subscribe over there. That's move number one. Move number two is to hit us up on email. Go to firstsky.omaha@gmail.com and let us know that you're after those tickets. And we will be pulling random winners from that group of people. And we will give those tickets away a little later on today for you to be able to go check out that show tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. The reason why we need you to give us an email address, so we have your email address, so we can let you know if you're getting the tickets or not. So we definitely need that. And while you're at it, you might as well give us the ability to start sending you the newsletter, the weekly wrap. The weekly wrap is going down today, as a matter of fact, and we will, even though we're taking a month off from the live show, we will still be sending out the weekly wrap every Friday at 4:00 is the drop time for that. If you don't care nothing about the tickets, give us your email address anyway. Here's the link. Sign up for the weekly wrap so you can keep up with what's going on with us here, and also some of the get links to some of the articles that we talk about during the show as well, so you can do a little bit deeper dive on some of these conversations. So we appreciate that. We appreciate you. And we got a few more minutes left here before we get out of here. I did want to give a shout out to Front Porch Investments that's got an event coming up to from redlining to repair, shape solutions for home ownership, neighborhood investment and repair in communities impacted by redlining. What they had to say about that is, for generations, policies and investment decisions have shaped who had access to home ownership and wealth building. Now community voices can help shape what comes next. There is a link. I'm going to get that redlining link for you to go check this out so you can get some more information. And also, not just that, but also we would love for you to sign up for this and be a part of this conversation as well, so you can really dig in and find out what this organization is doing and how it is that you can reach some of your goals of home ownership and so on. And there's a lot here. There's a survey you can take. There's going to be a nice community situation here, and we're always looking for these because we need more opportunities for the community to be able to speak out on some of these organizations that we have been talking about like all season. Like, we've been looking for more information about what Front Porch Investments do. That they have something to do with the home ownership in the properties in North Omaha, especially North and South Omaha. So people sometimes hit us up trying to find out what's going on. I highly encourage you go do the research yourself, and I highly encourage you participate whenever there is an opportunity for the public to come speak and tell their stories and have a conversation and learn more. So please do that. Definitely check that out. It's 9:00 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, we couldn't end it, but I have a feeling that we're probably going to stay a couple minutes later because, I know you guys. I see your wheels turning over there, buddy. Well, let me go ahead and hand it over to you. What you got going here?
Man, a couple things. One, as you're talking about the housing thing, I'm also thinking about this land bank situation. And actually a scenario is kind of running through my mind. If you didn't hear about it, the Omaha Land Bank, speaking of housing, is selling a plot of land. Man, it's a pretty sweet deal if anybody's prepared to take it up. 65 plots, 65 lots, covering 9 acres for $288,000 for housing.
Yeah. Zone for single family homes, could be zone for duplexes, triplexes, multifamily homes as well. The land bank, as we've been talking about it for a while, has been looking at, that's the wrong thing I'm looking at. The land bank for a while, as we've been talking about it, has been definitely selling smaller plots of land, like one for single family homes here and there. That's kind of been the majority. Some of the bigger plots of land have been given up to, as one time Buddy did an article on, a couple different big entities,
like 2 or 3,
like 2
really
or 3.
A couple.
And everything else has been you may be able to grab a plot of land for $1,000 here or there, just a few square footage acreage. There hasn't been a whole lot that's been grouped together this way. This is what they're calling a major development opportunity. Applications for the Hope Village Land Assembly opens Tuesday, June 9th, which has already been opened. So this is a 65 lot package, totaling more than 9 acres. In the Malcolm X neighborhood, sitting right next to Adams Park and King Science Elementary School of North 36th Avenue in Bedford. So this is huge. It's zoned for single-family homes, single-family attached residential per the 2025 city planning pre-application letter. The site also opens the door to rezoning to R5, which is townhomes, duplexes, multifamily homes, and so on. Asking price is $288,000 for this plot of land. And my question about this plot of land is, when an opportunity like this comes up, who of us are ready to be to jump on a deal like this and then start to provide many homes on that land? We say a lot about stuff that OEDC is doing and other development companies are doing. We don't like it when development companies from other states come in and try to do things on the land. But who of us in the neighborhoods are ready to take advantage of a situation like this? Because I feel like we put them in a catch-22. They put this out here. This is a huge deal. And then somebody like OEDC might scoop this up. Somebody who's already in the development game and has access to funds might scoop this up.
Habitat.
And then we mad. Habitat, right? And then we mad because it's the same players doing the same stuff. But who of us are ready to jump on a deal like this? Because this is this is not an under the table situation. The land bank didn't slide this over to Habitat or somebody to be like, hey, you might want to look at this first. They put this out. This is out in public. And this is the opportunity for us in our neighborhoods to really make a huge impact and do a huge thing here. But who of us are ready? Who of us? What groups have we put together in order to pool some money to do something like this?
Man,
This kind of stuff comes up all the time, but we got to get ready. If we don't concentrate on that, then we're just going to end up doing nothing but complaining when the bigger development companies come in and swoop it up. That's kind of my soapbox on the moment.
well, I mean, we're on the same page as usual, and as we prepare and anticipate and look forward to season 3 or the season 5, I guess it'll be season 5B, teamwork makes the dream work, man, all over the place. But yeah, teamwork makes the dream work, and thinking about these types of scenarios. Actually, I'm thinking of a situation in my mind. We just learned, we just spoke to Brother Trayvon Brooks of Omaha 100 last episode, and we learned about, he talked briefly about a product that they have, a program that Omaha 100 has, where community members can pull together and can invest in a corporation that community members own. So there are mechanisms and things to where we can have, maybe it's not just the lone suspects, but community coming together to actually do things that community owns. So again, that's where my mind is with this. And that's kind of what the conversation will be about next season. We spent a lot of this season, and if we don't walk away anything from this season, I definitely want you to walk away with the word ecosystem on your mind. Because again, throughout next season, that's what we'll be talking about, how to really develop, build upon, and actualize that ecosystem. And it takes all of us, you know what I mean? From the worm all the way up to the redwood. Everybody has a role to play. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. I like that. From the worm to the redwood, from the window to the wall. Pop says, Pop says she was awesome talking about LaVonya Goodwin. Hope, Councilwoman LaVonya Goodwin, put some respect on her name. I hope she'll be back soon. Me too. Absolutely, Pop. Yeah. Also, Sean McCarthy says, general note, great season. Hope to see everyone at the Chat Chimers kickback. Right on, Sean. I appreciate you, bro. Marlon Harrison had to go. He says, I have to go, but thank you, brothers, for an amazing season. I can't wait to see what next season brings. I appreciate you. You guys got to go. We appreciate that. Normally we shut down at 9:00. We were asking for you to stay a few minutes later with us, even make a new agreement for you to stay a few minutes later with us. RG, we ain't staying the whole 3 hours later. But we did want some final words for the season and so on and so forth. And then wrap up a couple of thoughts before we get to that. But I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys hanging tough with us as well. Pop says, congratulations on one of the best seasons ever. Right on. He said, the guests extraordinary. The topics thoroughly explored. Enlightenment through the stratosphere. Thank you both. You are phenomenal and we love you. I'll tell you what. I'm going to have to start printing out stuff that you write and putting it on a t-shirt and walk around with it.
Man, that's a Hallmark card right there. That's
I appreciate you, Pops. I need to start pulling some of his comments and using for some of these grants we be going after. Look what they think of us. Look at what they think of us.
They saying it, not us. That's them.
I know it's my Pops, but still. Angel Stark Angel Stark in the chat says, congratulations on a great season. Thanks for the info. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. For real.
Man.
No 3 hours.
No. But y'all can keep the flowers coming. I like that.
Yeah, for real. Man. Appreciate that. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, we usually take a month off. I feel like I always have to reiterate that to people because it's funny how you get to working and you know what you know, but you forget people ain't. I got faithful chat chimers that are like, they're gonna ask me. This gonna ask me Monday, where y'all at? Show not on today. And these are folks that are regular on Chat Chimers, so they do that. So, we'll keep reiterating, and we'll do better with putting out, notices and stuff when it comes to us. Yeah, we're bad with that, but we'll try to do that. But we are taking a month off. We will be back July 13th for our next season, and the next season is going to be called Teamwork Makes the Dream Work, and that's going to be the premise. So no more $ in the background here on the thing here. We're done with the follow the money, even though we're always following the money. All these things just mix in with each other, really. But teamwork makes the dream work is where we can focus really on building coalition. Coalition building is the next step for us to kind of put things together, pull money together, all kinds of things. This is the reason why I kind of wanted to make sure that we talked about that particular deal with the land bank, because
Yeah, man.
if we had if we really put the team together, investment clubs and all kinds of other things that we can be doing, then it wouldn't be one of us that had to come up with the 288,000. It could be a pool of us that decided that we were going to control portion of our neighborhood, and build some homes, some affordable housing, and so on and so forth. And some of these ideas we have, test them out, put some things up, and keep control of that, and even capitalize on it as well. Just make some money on the housing that you're building out, because that's the thing to do as well. And then figure out, if we need to talk about affordable housing in a different way, or we need to change that and call it low and moderate income housing, and figure out how to do that. Then there's a great opportunity for us to do that here. Otherwise, other developers are going to come in and do what they do. And I can't even be mad at that. They've been in the development game. They've been building their capital up. They've been building their expertise up. They've been holding tough. We mad at OADC a lot of times for how it is they do business. But I will say this: you want a Kansas City company to come in and buy up the land? Would you rather have OADC build some housing? But OADC got housing built and for sale all around the Deuce right now. And it seems to me a little bit lower than market rate prices. And there's also programs that you can sign up for to get a little break on that as well. We looked already. We looked. So OADC has a bunch of houses for sale that are right around the Deuce area and in other parts of the city as well. There is development. There is housing being built. There is stuff happening. Can we take advantage of that? And can we move forward? Well, when you're in economically depressed area, a little bit economically depressed area, we're talking about minimum wages. We're talking about jobs, finding jobs. We're talking about investment. When that happens, then we need to definitely get together, pool together, so that we can make some changes, and we can do that. And nothing can be done until there's some togetherness on that. So we have to dedicate a whole season to teamwork makes the dream work. What's the dream? What is the dream? How do we make the dream work? Well, who's the team for the dream? How do we combine the lanes in order to all team up? How do we combine strategic communication, political power, cultural placemaking, economic power, grassroots action, coalition building? How do we build the coalition for this? And then how do we use our artist resistance and our artist power in order to really kind of bring the flavor to our neighborhoods and do what we need to do for people's economic survival, education survival, political survival. All the survivals depend on us kind of coming together and bringing those lanes together and pushing through like we always talk about. The freeway was built and pushed through North Omaha so hard it broke up the neighborhoods.
Man,
how can we be a force that strong by teaming up with having all the lanes come together and make some moves? What can we do with that? So I love looking at it like this, man. I really felt like, especially with our last guest, LaVonya Goodwin, I felt like there was a disconnect earlier in when she was doing things. Probably, I guess we're talking 3, 4, 5 years ago now. I felt like there might be a disconnect, and now more than ever, I'm seeing like how important the lane is that she's occupying, and not just because she became city council person. Even right before that, I was getting the notion. Oh, okay, I see what's happening here. This lane that she's occupying, that she feels is important, and she's going to put some things behind. Somebody got to do that. Somebody got to do it, and you can't keep getting mad at folks that are like, why are they concentrating on that when this is over here happening? That's over there happening, and that's another lane. Have somebody else handle that part. Let them handle the part that they're handling and are proficient at and are passionate about. And I'm seeing that more than ever right now, because I'm moving closer to trying to figure out how we can bring ourselves together in order to do something. And you can't do that by making somebody who is in one lane try to occupy another lane. Quit talking bad about them for not doing what you're doing. They have another passion. They got another lane. They got something else. We can use that to enhance what it is that we're already doing. It's a combination of staying in your lane. It's a combination of letting people stay in their lane. And then it's bringing those lanes together. I don't really see no other way. Otherwise, we just stay separated all the time and fighting all the time. and personal beefs and mad stuff and stuff all the time. Like where we getting with that? How's that helping?
Got to focus on how it works. How does all this work? What are we doing? How's all this come together? And I can definitely, say after the conversation, I'm seeing a role. You know what I mean? And yeah, somebody has to remind us of where we came from, and that pride that we need to have in the community. So definitely feel where she's coming from on that, and have a greater understanding. And that's a good start to a teamwork.
Big time. Hopefully we'll see you guys out there again. Shout out to Calvin Williams who came by to talk about the Freedom Festival that's going on tomorrow, Miller Park. Bring the kids, all that good stuff. Definitely don't sleep on the Negro Leagues and Black Baseball Storytelling Series that's happening at Gene Leahy Mall at 5:00. Get over there early enough so you can peep that. And then take the kids home to the babysitter and come on back out for the Freedom Fest concert. Keri Hilson, Nivea, and Lyfe Jennings is going to be performing. We're going to give away some VIP tickets to this. So after we get off the show, we're definitely going to go check the email and see who reached out, and we'll get some tickets to you today so you could be able to check this out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot more stuff coming on, of course, over the summer. There's so many things. As a matter of fact, we have been talking about Smokey Robinson coming on. This is June 26th, bro. He's coming through. June 26th, he'll be here. Just like that. We talked about it months ago and kind of forgot. And but Smokey Robinson gonna be on deck in a couple weeks. So that's what's up. Also, Noma Fest is happening in August as well. And don't forget about these heavy hitters that are coming. There's a lot of information on this. There's gonna be some riverfront concerts and all kinds of stuff. Definitely check this out. Definitely check out. I'm here to check out Mohini Day, the Barcades, Mono Neon, man, Richie Love. I mean, I'm down. Keon Harold. Frank McComb. I mean, everybody on this lineup is phenomenal, and I got my favorites. I'm definitely want to see. So definitely check out Noma Fest 5 coming. There's just so many things that's going on over the course of this summer. So let us know. Put it in Friends of First Sky Omaha so we can at least attempt to try to get together and hang out face to face, live alive with one another, and let us know what you're going to go do. So if some of us can make that, we can. We would love for that to happen. So shout out to everybody who has been doing that, and please continue to do so. Shout out to the senators. You already kind of gave them a shout out earlier, but shout out to Senator Ashley Spivey, Senator Terrell McKinney for doing the senator cipher. Also shout out to Senator Michaela Cavanaugh that came through. Senator John Kavanaugh. We had a few other senator ciphers that happened in between the irregulars. Also, I think we had a former Senator Carol Blood that came by this season. Lots of people who got down. Shout out to Denise Powell, who won the primary for coming by, and everybody who came through here to kind of talk to us a little bit about what it is that we needed to know about the upcoming election. We still have that happening. 6 to Dismiss is still going down. We'll be working on this over the break as well. To talk about some of the seats that we would like to fill with whoever else is running for those seats. Somebody just told me that they were trying to put something together for Michaela Danner, who's running against Don Klein for Douglas County Attorney. There's still some fights out there that we need to be paying attention to and putting together. So watch out for some of that, some of those videos and things that we're going to be putting out as well over the break. So there's a lot here. And then, of course, shout out to our mayor, Mayor Ewing, who has been coming, doing the monthly meetup with the mayor. We feel super privileged that he's been able to come onto the show and speak to us, especially when he don't do that with everybody. I ain't gonna throw no shade, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
there you go.
Shout out to Mayor Ewing. So shout out to everybody who has been a part of that. Shout out to the people in Mayor Ewing's office as well, man. Chief of Staff Tommy Warren. Tamara Dwyer, homeless coordinator. There was people also
drawing a blank.
Blanking on the name. Raquel.
Sister Raquel.
Raquel Henderson that came from the mayor's office as well. She's always a fun person to talk to, and brings it as well. And yeah, man. So mayor's office kind of opened up a little bit this time around. We appreciate that. And everybody, all the efforts that we're doing over there. We're going to do a little bit more diving into what's going on in the mayor's office in future shows, in future videos, and things like that too. Some day in the life stuff, all kinds of stuff we got coming up when it comes to that. To see what kind of work that people are doing. It's one of the things I find that we need to do sometimes when we're battling a lot of people complaining and a lot of haters and a lot of people that don't understand what's going on. Let's show what's going on. Let's show what's going on. And then you can judge for yourself if you want to keep on tripping about stuff. But let's see what's happening, and you know what are the outcomes that happen when it's not going down. I don't know. Who knows? Who can count that? But what we can do is at least show what's going on, so you can make your own conclusions there too. So we'll keep on trying to work on that. Shout out to all the organizations and the people and the members that have sustained us. That we keep on doing projects with White's Family Foundation. We doing the project with as well. We'll be expanding our journalism. That's coming up this year too. And also, man, shout out to the people that signed out for the content creator camp. I'm so excited about some of these stories that they're getting ready to start telling. Speaking of storytelling,
yeah.
Proud of that. Can't wait to expand that. We got a lot more coming when it comes to that. I feel like we're finally getting there where we're working on that army of citizen journalists that we've been talking about for a minute. It's going to be cold. I can't wait.
Man.
So those are the things that were my highlights over this course. We also just the deep dives that we had when we got to the follow the money part of the shows, when we were really trying to figure out like what we can do. I definitely have a better understanding about how money flows in the city and what that means, and how and what the efforts that are happening, what's going on. It was really great that we went through this series while we have all these millions of dollars coming in for these big projects that are happening in North Omaha, especially, and us deciding that we're going to try to be part of the revitalization of the Deuce, and kind of seeing up close and personal what's going on. Shout out to the Visitor Center, North Omaha Visitor Center. That's Preston Love Jr. and say Vita Jeffries. We've been using that as headquarters. That's been a place where there's been so many important meetings and conversations that's continued. And I feel like it's kind of the physical manifestation of what we got going on here on our lives as well. And it's been crucial to furthering the conversation on all those things. Man. And I love that there's a central space that we can really kind of talk about economic development, especially in the area. So shout out to Visitor Center, all the work they do in there too. I can go on and on about the things I appreciate, buddy. You got a few things you want to mention?
Yeah, man. Definitely echoing, what you're saying as far as what we've learned this season. Hopefully a lot of you, have learned just as much, if not more, than what we've learned this season. Because I learned a lot. And I've been saying we all we got, but that's enough for a few seasons now. But I feel like this season really revealed how much that statement is true. Just all the resources that's out there. And to be honest, like, starting this show, it was kind of a exercise in trying to figure out what's going on, like what's happening, trying to get a grasp on things. I do feel like at some point throughout the show, we did reach a point where I've been feeling like we've been having our finger on the pulse for a while, just figuring out what's going on, whether it's the data centers and the connection to surveillance, what's going on with OPPD and the connection to the data centers, figuring out how some of these financial institutions are working with the Omaha 100, even still learning about some of the city positions and just learning so much about how all of this work, and really feeling as we get into the next season of Teamwork Makes the Dream Work that our work is cut out, like feeling like, like, man, it is time for some action. It's time to start putting some of these things together, time to start, taking advantage of some of these opportunities, some of these resources, and really making some things happen, pushing the needle. Which I feel like we have the opportunity to do that moving forward, man. So I'm very, very, very excited about where the community is going, what's going on, the opportunities in front of us, and what can happen. So, and have an opportunity to really get some support and some buy-in from that on many levels. So. Right. Definitely excited from that. Big takeaway from the season, as I mentioned, is ecosystem, looking at how all of us can come together, how all of us can play a role in being strategic, and how all those things really happen, man. So yeah. I mean, I can't, say it enough. Like you said, man, can keep going. But my love for this community and just how much I learn about this community just keeps growing deeper and deeper. And yeah, man, I'm here for it and glad that all of you are here on the journey with us. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Definitely looking forward to seeing all of you and living alive with some of you during this break. You check us out at our content creators not content creators, but chat chimer, kickback. Coming up, definitely looking forward to that. And also, I am kind of curious, man. Let us know what y'all got planned for the summer. Like I mentioned, I will be taking some time off next week. I'll be right near the beach with some fam, so taking a much needed break, just kind of recalibrate, if you will, and come back ready to do the work and get ready for next season. But yeah, let us know what you have planned. Maybe share some photos and things on Friends of, because y'all all are the fam. I see RG saying when y'all come back, I'm going to be getting ready to toss some tires and press some logs, going to do his strongman thing. So yeah, man, shout out to brother RG getting ready in the gym. Hey, health is wealth, brother. So keep on keeping on. And yeah, let us know what you have planned for the summer.
That's right. Have a great break. Thank you, Michelle Moreno. Appreciate you very much. I know you're trying to creep up on it. Yeah. That's yeah, keep going. I will give y'all some homework over the break too. First of all, since we're going to be talking about teamwork makes the dream work, there's not a lot of better teams out there to be looking at how something got done than the Panthers. Here's the list of the Panther programs right here. Hit that link and check out what the Panther programs were back in the day. All the things they put together because they saw a need, and they got together and put them things together. And it really did take an act of the government to end that situation. That's how powerful the cats were. They had to actually create some straight up spy situations to go in COINTELPRO and everything else. They had the president had to put some things together to stop the Panthers. Just think about that. We're in a situation right now where that could happen again if we were getting together. Also, I will put in the chat. This is the Lincoln Liberation Library that was given to us a little bit earlier. This is being built as well. I definitely want you to go check this out and understand a lot more about what we need to do when it comes to mutual aid. And how it is we can kind of take care of each other and build that out as well in this day and age of AI and everything. Pretty much you have to take with a grain of salt. Build your own library, pull your resources together, go private, hold these on your own drive, gather information, gather physical media, and just realize that this is the direction that we're going. Things aren't going to be trustworthy. The internet is already made up of over 60% of the internet is made up of bots.
Yeah, man, that is crazy.
You understand when you get online that you're probably interacting with a bot, most likely.
Not a real person.
Not a real person.
That is crazy.
And that goes for your banking. That goes for your information. That goes for when you're looking up stuff. You think you're Googling? The word Google is dead right now, bro. You don't Google nothing no more.
You Gemini.
You don't Google anything anymore. The Google as it stood before, where all it did was look up keywords in order for you to find websites that coincided with what it is you were trying to find out, is gone. That doesn't exist anymore. It's AI that is now taking your request, thinking about it in its little AI brain, and giving you answers that may or may not be based on websites that have the information. Go to them websites on your own, get that information. You'd be surprised by how many colleges out there will just have you where you can just go download their whole library. There's a lot of resources out there. Gather them resources, put them on a drive, and hold them, and share them with your closest. Lincoln Liberation Library is something that you definitely ought to check out. And also, last but not least, let's study this Empowerment Network 2030 plan, because we definitely need to talk about this more next season. This plan really encourages everybody to get together and put the resources together and make something happen so that we can do some transformation. Transformation 2030 is the next chapter. You want to know what's going on with Empowerment Network? Let's dig into this. Let's read this so that we can talk about this next season in a big way. Those are the 3 things I'm going to give you for your homework for over the break. But the break is the break too, man. Don't if you got to take a break from the news, do it, because it's more about living a life with one another and staying sane and spending time with family and getting away from this stuff for a little minute. Sometimes you have. So there you go. RG says, yeah, these bots ain't what they used to be in the old Yahoo chat days. Sure ain't.
Nah, man, it's a whole different thing. So most likely you're arguing in the comments with a bot. It's not even a real person you going back and forth with.
Yeah, bro. I don't even doubt there's been bots on this show, which is crazy.
Man, real talk.
Yeah. So thank you again. We got lots to talk about. If you ever want to reach out to us, please do at firstguyomaha@gmail.com. That's the email, address that us as a team share. So if I don't get it, he gets it. If he don't get it, Amy gets it. We share this email address. So please send things there. Also, keep up with our website, because we're constantly updating that and upgrading that as well. And new news articles and things like that are on it. And also the articles that our content creator camps are going to be creating going to be on the website too. So definitely check that out. While you're there, please hit the join button and become a member of the channel. We are working on getting together our perks and things like that for a lot of for us to continue the memberships. We got a lot of things we're working on there. Some shows and things you can get into for free. I'm working on a whole lot behind the scenes when it comes to what we could do for our members. So consider becoming a member or a sponsor of the channel as well. And also, you can always hit us up to do any advertising. We'll give you a rate sheet. And for all the events that we put together and all the posts that we do, especially even over the break, we can definitely promote what it is that you got going on. Again, hit us up at firstguyomaha@gmail.com with an email. We don't take them all. We only are doing advertising with the people that we really connect with, jive with, and can get down with. So it's more of a partnership. But let us know. Hit us up. We really appreciate everybody that's done so already. Shout out to the city planning, the lead department. Shout out to Ben Heaston for hooking us up with some things as well. Shout out to Calvin Williams, who did some business with us for Freedom Fest. Lots of people that did some business with us over the years, and we really appreciate everybody who's done that. And say this is how we expand, this is how we continue. So please hit us up. You want to reach our audience, which I think we have one of the best audiences ever. Intelligent, engaged, and positive, and that's a very specific demographic of people in this day and age, these days, for real. So if you want to reach our audience, then please let us know, and we'll definitely get a rate sheet to you and talk about how to promote your event or your business or whatever it is that you got to promote. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to News Gang, just News Gang in general. Shout out to Sherman Wells. Shout out to Brother Kasim. Shout out to Brother Bill King. Shout out to Sister Terry Sanders. Shout out to everybody Brother Joaquin Fox with his Dreamland Report. Shout out to everybody who is out here trying to put some new. Oh man, 87.9. Shout out to DJ Mr. Soul.
Yeah, come on now.
Man, I mean, we can go on and on now. We got a few things out there that's popping off. So shout out to Weatherized, who's always holding it down. Shout out to the Omaha Public Library, who now is in the News Gang situation with their podcast studio and their broadcast studio. Shout out to Stuart Chittenden. I saw in there doing his show already. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who's on the media tip. And shout out to the content creator camp students, man. Shout out to them for real. You're going to be amazed about some of these stories that's about to come out. Shout out to Diane Good, who's a 180 rap program. We want to definitely go into the program again to be able to help formerly incarcerated people who want to be telling their own stories to do so in a journalistic way as well. So shout out to everybody there that's been interested in being a trusted source in their neighborhood and tell their own stories. Shout out to all the elderly folks that I've been doing oral histories with, because I'm trying to capture these libraries before they go. And that's part of our efforts too over here at First Sky Omaha. You want to support that? Let us know, man. We got lots of support, sponsorship capabilities or opportunities for us to be able to put some of this information out and capture some of these things. If you feel like it's important, like we do, help us support that. So again, we'll be reaching out to you with all these things as we go, but I just wanted to kind of mention them before we got off, just officially before we got off for the last episode of this season. Yeah, man. And last but not least, man, I can't tell you how much I'm ready to take a little break for real.
Big time, big time. You gonna be by the beach as well for a little bit, right?
I'm gonna try to get down, bro. I'm trying to get down there. I don't know if we're gonna hit that beach, but I'm gonna get out to the West Coast in a big way, and visit some fam and take some time. And yeah, we might, bro. We're gonna be too close to the beach for me not to go down there and get a
Come
little
on,
sand and
man.
salt water.
Come on. Got to get your toes in the sand, bro.
Gotta
Got
get your
to.
toes in the sand, bro. That's real. That's my earthing for real.
There
For
you
real.
go. There you go.
Pop says again, thank you, guys. The community is a true gift to Omaha and the world. Man, appreciate you, Pops. Appreciate you, Pop.
Thank you. I'll be honest. It's kind of hard to say goodbye, but it's not a goodbye. It's a see you later, man. We appreciate you. We love y'all. Truly, truly love y'all, and thank y'all for supporting us and and us doing this, and really do feel the community coming together. And yeah, let's keep on doing it, man. Y'all take care of yourselves in the meantime, between time, and yeah, we'll be back doing this thing again. Until then, Paul B.
Yo.
Take it away, man.
It's so hard
Hey.
to say goodbye. All right, I'm not gonna hurt you. Shout out to the Omaha Tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Man, I ran into one of the elders yesterday. As a matter of fact, man, shout out to Brother John, who reinforced that we're doing good work and he appreciates us. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, it feels good. Shout out to our elders for allowing us to speak before you. Again, ran into Brenda Council, an elder I feel like is of ours, that's telling us that we did the good work. Shout out to them. Also, shout out to you, the chat chimers, who allow us to speak with you all the time by coming back to the show, coming back in and being a part of the chat and adding to it, adding some information, some great comments, some great questions, and best of all, respect for the guests. I don't know how many shows a lot of these guests can come on and not get attacked by everybody in town. I think we have a very special place to be able to have people come in and really just find out about people, bro. That's what it is. That's what it is. Shout out to Leo Lewis, man, who used to open up his speeches all the time with, "Well, I'm Leo Lewis. First of all, I'm a human. Second of all, I'm a this and that." Puts it on my brain there. We're all humans first, bro. Even if we disagree, if we don't like each other, even if we mad, whatever the deal is, it's a real ugly, racist kind of way to think when you think of somebody as subhuman. We human first.
Man,
we human first. So we've had people on the show. I guarantee you, there's some folks on the show and in the chat sometimes I don't get along with, don't jive with, and everything else. But we're humans first, and we need to act like that first. Everybody has the right to be able to think what they think, say what they say, and if we don't get with it, we just don't get with it, bro. We don't got to get ugly all in. I just be like, yeah, okay, you go do your thing, and then that's it. You don't hear me talk about it no more after that. Like, you don't hear me cussing nobody out. You don't hear me going off on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not necessary. And really, like, sometimes things change. I wasn't messing. Sometimes things change later. Like, you get more information about people. You get to know them differently, or your viewpoint changes. I mean, how many times have we thought one way and then something changed up? Now we're thinking another way. Now we understand what somebody else is doing and so on. Like, can't be so arrogant to think that because you feel like you feel right now, that's the end all be all. Just can't happen. So I'm with that. I'm with learning these lessons myself. It's a struggle. I speak on it because it's a struggle for me, because I'm really one of them that's just like, yeah, okay, I ain't messing with that person no more. I'm done. And then I struggle with that. I got to go back and like, they got a good point though. Let me try again. You know what I'm saying? let me at least keep with them on that point at the very least. You know, because we're all here, man. And so we're all here. We're all here. If we cut each other off, and we're all in silos walking around by ourselves in a town full of people by ourselves, which is crazy when you think about it.
That ain't why we're in the bands of society, man, where we all put on here together for us to figure it out together.
Yeah. So we're going to keep on figuring it out together. See you next season, and we'll see you before that. But yeah, get ready. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hey.
That's what it's going to be about. Until then, take care of yourselves, man. Come with the thoughts, come with the things. We need to talk more later. We can continue this conversation on Friends of First Sky Omaha in the group chat, in the group page over there. Please continue the conversation. Keep coming with the information, and keep coming with your personal stuff too. We want to see, like Buddy said, show your pictures of what you're doing over the summer. Show you thriving, show you at your new job. Let us know what's going on with you, because it is a fam. It's not just a group of people who watch the same show we growing into First Sky fam in a real way. So let's keep on each other for real.
There you go. There you go.
All right, I'm really gonna get out of here now. So you guys take care of yourselves. Peace, peace, peace.
By the way, Vanglorious, this is protected by the red, the black.